Night for this basketball team. He was asked if it's important or does it make any sort of a difference that Mike Brown is maybe beginning to settle on a dependable rotation.
Yeah, for sure. Mike's new. We're all getting accustomed and acclimated to everybody. So you definitely kind of feel that a little bit. And the great thing about Mike, he's an amazing person first and foremost. Mike always has open doors. If you don't understand something, don't understand what's going on, so you can go and talk to him. So obviously this is a process. Everyone wants it built now, but it won't be. And we're learning. Including him.
Jordan Clarkson, a valuable contributor in that second unit. He was posed the same question about getting acclimated to a rotation.
It is to what he said. Definitely something that helps the guys. But, guys being in and out the lineup, Mitch, Josh being in and out. So, those minutes being played here and there, we got so many different combinations. I think we're just trying to get comfortable with, playing alongside each other and finding our spots and then doing what we do defensively. So, but I think we all buying in and trying to figure this thing out.
And that is Jordan Clarkson. Tonight, the first of two head-to-head meetings this season between the Knicks and Minnesota. The Knicks will head to Minnesota on December the 23rd, right before the holiday break. Their teams have split the season series in each of the last 5 years. Minnesota has won 3 of the last 4 meetings, however, at Madison Square Garden. It's been a little over a year, of course, since the Knicks and Timberwolves played Let's Make a Deal. Of course, the big trade centered around Karl-Anthony Towns and Julius Randle. Mike Brown, speaking earlier this evening, was asked if he has a take on what the impact of that trade ended up being all this time later.
I don't know, because I didn't coach Julius. I don't know what the team was before. I didn't coach Dante, so I don't be hard. I enjoy the team we have now. I enjoy coaching the guys, but I don't know about before. It's a little hard for me.
Chris Finch, meantime, has guided the Timberwolves to back-to-back trips to the Western Conference Finals. He was asked on where Julius and Dante are right now with the T-Wolves.
Julius, in particular, had an unbelievable playoffs through the first couple rounds, for sure. This year, he just looks like happy, at peace, locked in, playing at a really high level, comfortable with exactly what we need him to do. Dante, we felt coming into the season, we were going to have a really good year from him. He had like a start-stop year last year with just, right when he was starting to find it, he took an injury, then that set him out for a little bit. And then I think this year now, particularly with like Nikhil gone, he has this runway that maybe he didn't have last year as well. And he's been playing lights out for the last couple weeks for us.
As we told you a little bit earlier, Anthony Edwards is good to go for Minnesota tonight after missing the last 4 games with a hamstring injury. But Coach Brown was asked how you prepare for a Wolves team if you have somebody like Anthony Edwards that at the time was questionable.
They're a good team regardless. We're preparing like he's going to play, but it's a really good team. They're Tim Conley's done a nice job putting the team together, and then great coach team. I mean, they've done a great job. Finch's done a great job coaching this team ever since he's gotten there. And so it doesn't matter who's in uniform for them. They're going to be tough.
And, of course, this is Minnesota's only trip into Madison Square Garden this season. Everybody wants to play at the world's most famous arena. So Coach Finch was asked if he was worried that Ant would say yes to playing even if he maybe wasn't 100%.
I mean, I think, arena and stage, aside, I think it was more just he's itching to play. He's one thing we love about Ant, he plays. He's played 95% of the games in his career, I'd imagine, and he wants to play, and no matter where that is.
And the 2 games that he's actually completed this season, he's averaging only 36 points a game. Not too shabby, shooting 53% from the field as well. Knicks fans, register for our Fan First program for an opportunity to receive early access to tickets, special offers, and a whole lot more. Head to Knicks.com/fanfirst to register right now. When we return on the New York Knicks pregame show, we'll check in with Monica McNutt. We'll go over the keys to tonight's game. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Dan Grasso back on the New York Knicks pregame show, inching closer to tip-off tonight between the Knickerbockers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Your city, your teams, your network. Stream live Knicks games and more of your favorite New York teams. Stream local with the Gotham Sports app or visit gothamsports.tv today. Let us check in now with our good pal, Monica McNutt. She's going to be on the call for tonight's game with Pat O'Keefe. Monica, always a pleasure, as you well know. And Knicks, a full complement of players tonight for Mike Brown as they try to take on this Timberwolves team, including Mitchell Robinson, which is always nice to see Mitch on the floor without any restrictions.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, this will be just the second time we'll have had the entire roster available. This is a terrific test to have that roster available, especially as Anthony Edwards is making a lowercase t triumphant return to the court after that injury he suffered a couple of weeks ago versus Indiana. And listen, strength on strength, size is a big theme in this matchup, as Minnesota is also a team that boasts size at multiple positions.
They do indeed, and we know quite well Julius Randle, our old pal, Rudy Gobert, a former Defensive Player of the Year a couple of times over. And, you know, you talk about size, Karl Anthony Towns, well, he's playing a bunch of former teammates as well. And judging by the captain we saw the other night against Washington, maybe his season is starting to round into form here, and that means good things for the Knicks.
Yeah, Dan, I am so excited, and I talked with our pregame producer over on the MSG Network side, Ben Smith, a little bit, because I really want to pull a few clips where you can see this system and offense beginning to really develop and take shape. And one of the ways that you see it is through the play of Karl Anthony Towns, as he has found his sweet spots within this system. The lane lines extended out above the three-point line give him plenty of room to operate. We know that he's very capable of knocking down the three ball, as he's been doing so well since we've returned back to home. And, of course, he can dribble, drive, and penetrate against bigs that are slower-footed or guards that are smaller, attempting to guard him with that versatility. Now, tonight, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, Julius Randle, that sort of combo presents a different challenge than, say, an Alex Sarr. But I'm excited to see what it looks like as this team continues to take a grasp of this offense more and more.
Oh, no doubt about that. And, you know, one other thing, too, Monica, we heard Coach Brown talking about it. We played some sound in the pregame show about the rotation and maybe how it's starting to sort itself out here. And one guy in particular, Jordan Clarkson, who we know is a longtime proven scorer in this league, he's starting to find his touch the last couple of games. And I think it's a trickle-down effect with these other guys on that second unit as well.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm glad that you mentioned the mic sound, Dan, because he's got to take accountability from the top. The more we get into this season, this is a little bit of an aside, but tell me if you feel me on this. The more we get into the season, I'm realizing it takes this team to the next step. Really sort of is more than just the next step. It's also how you get it done over the course of the season. Like, all of us that have been here and watched those teams go back-to-back 51 seasons are looking at this rotation, questioning, like, yeah, we got your system, but this is also what has worked. And so I think leaving the room for Mike to learn as in addition to the rest of the squad learning, has kind of been an interesting experience for all of the enthusiasm surrounding New York Knicks basketball. So the rotation, to me, I'm curious, because I do think there's going to come a point in the season where there was a reason that we had, what was the lineup? Hart, OG, Josh, Jalen, and Mitch, right? Like, there was a reason that group was the most tested or most used group last season, and you look at what the team was able to achieve. And then there's a reason where you swap out Josh and you put Deuce in. Like, when you have the core in place, I think maybe the questions are louder about the rotation because of what we all have had the opportunity to watch. That's not to say that Mike Brown will not figure it out, and it's not to say that some changes are not welcomed and won't be effective, but it is one thing that I'm observing in these first few games of the season that's been something that I didn't necessarily anticipate.
An 82-game test is how we could put it, for everybody involved. Players, coaches, then making sure you're hitting the ground ready to rock and roll come the spring and playoff time. All right, Monica, it's now time for your keys to the game, presented by Princeton Jeep.
All right, so in this one, the paint is a huge point of emphasis. I mean, the Wolves are coming off of a 56-point paint performance, and frankly, one of their most efficient performances to date. They shot 56% from the field earlier this week versus the Brooklyn Nets. And so for the Knicks, they've got to do a better job of defending the paint. The Wolves have a number of players who like to dribble drive, penetrate, similar to what we saw against the Chicago Bulls, but a little bit more experience at various positions. Obviously, you got like a Rob Dillingham who's young, but protecting the paint is going to be huge for the Knicks because they also need not to give up old boards, right? So protecting the paint is my first key tonight. It's going to continue to be taking good three-point shots. You got to test this team defensively. Jaden McDaniels is evolving as a two-way guy, but he's a terrific defender. Terrence Shannon, if he is available tonight, another dogged defender. Rob Dillingham, same thing. And so it's going to three-point shooting. And then I'm actually going to go turnovers on this one. Now, I know this is a little bit tricky because the Wolves don't force a ton of turnovers, but I think it's going to be important that the Knicks fully control their pace and are mindful of the length that the Wolves can put into their passing lanes in terms of defense. So those are my keys for tonight, Dan. I got protecting the paint for the Knicks. You got to knock down threes so you can space the floor and open up everything else. And then last but not least, turnovers.
And that was your keys to the game, presented by Princeton Jeep. Visit them at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey. For the best deals or offers, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com to see all the fantastic vehicles in stock. Tell them Rick Brunson sent you. Monica, outstanding as always. We'll be listening, and we'll catch up again after the game.
Thank you.
All righty. I will talk to you again coming up at halftime. But next, Knicks go for their third. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been the New York Knicks pregame show. Get ready. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful...
A 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Rebound tapped to McBride. Right side, Anunoby an open three. That's good.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Drives baseline, lays it up, but he's blocked. Hart swoops in for the putback. And it's a three-point Knicks lead. Timeout, Chicago.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
One-on-one with Maxey. Steps through, kicks it out. Brunson again. Knocks it down. 2 in a row for Jalen Brunson. Knicks lead 101-95.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Now, here's Monica McNutt. And with the play-by-play, here's Pat O'Keefe on the MSG Radio Network.
And tonight from Madison Square Garden, the Knicks' 7-game homestand continues with their first matchup of the season against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game 3 of this homestand, Knicks won the first 2. They remain undefeated at home with a record of 4-0. And hello, everyone. Pat O'Keefe in for Tyler Murray, who's on the TV broadcast tonight, joined by Monica McNutt. We've been saying it all week, Monica, home sweet home for these Knickerbockers. Wins against the Bulls and the Wizards. On Monday against Washington, Karl Anthony Towns, his best performance of the season, exerting his dominance in that one.
Yeah, and that was a matchup that the big fella totally took advantage of. And not for not trying on the part of the Washington Wizards, but when you probably have about 35 pounds and 6 years, if I'm not mistaken, on the guy that's guarding you, and the Wizards made the decision to put double teams on Jalen Brunson, well, you had to leave somebody open, and so Karl Anthony Towns had a signature performance early in the season.
This is a very interesting matchup tonight. Both of these teams are 4-3. Each went to their respective conference finals in the spring, and we are still only 13 months removed from the blockbuster trade that sent Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to Minnesota in exchange for Towns. Safe to say that that deal's worked out for both sides?
Yeah, and I thought Chris Finch had a great comment about it when he was asked. Well, first, let me just set it up. Mike Brown, who is so candid, it's kind of refreshing here in New York, right? He was like, I can't speak to that. I didn't know the team when Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo were here, but I'm excited to have Kat, and I like our team. That's what Mike Brown had to say. But Chris Finch, he talked about the way that Julius, is just fitting in so well, and that the trade has had immense impact. He said it takes time for things to come together, but it has been what you'd hope it to be. This year he looks happy, at peace, and locked in, doing exactly what we need him to do. So I would say both sides are pretty happy.
Julius Randle coming off of his first regular season triple-double with the Timberwolves. He did have one in the playoffs last spring. Speaking of Minnesota, they get their main man back tonight. Anthony Edwards missed the last 4 games with a strained right hamstring. We weren't sure we were going to see him tonight. He was supposed to miss 2 weeks. It's been about half that time. Surprise, surprise, he's back tonight on the Garden floor.
And, you know, someone tied it to shoe sales and the market and the whole thing. I don't know. But Chris Finch was actually asked about it pregame, and he said, I just think Ant's been itching to play, market and game aside. And that's a good thing. He's like, this is why you love Ant, because he plays. He has played in 95% of the games that he's been available for since his time being in the league. And so, yeah, I'm certainly glad to see him on the floor, because to your point, I feel that this is going to be the Knicks' toughest test yet. So I really want to see what this team will look like.
As for the Knicks, and we continue to talk about this new look offensive system, it's still a work in progress, but recently, Monica, the ball movement, the last 2 games, 31 assists against Chicago, 32 the other night against Washington. That ball is moving around for the Knicks.
Yeah, and I am excited because not only is the ball moving, because I think we saw that in the first 2 games of the season, right? The passes went from good to great, a lot around the perimeter. We know this team is going to get up 3-point shots, but I also see new wrinkles, nuances, and reads within the system, and that makes me really, really excited, because the more comfortable you get, the more a defense has to be prepared for in terms of options off of just one pass or screen.
Knicks bench, meanwhile, the last couple of games, another tweak. Mike Brown tightening the rotation a little bit. Now, Mitchell Robinson is back tonight, so we'll see how that impacts it. But the last game, it was Hart, Clarkson, McBride, and Yabusele as the 4-man bench unit, and they had a big impact on that win against Washington.
Yeah, I love what we're getting from the bench, in particular Jordan Clarkson putting together back-to-back double-digit performances, but it all ties into the minutes and the rotation as we started our conversation, Pat.
Knicks and the Timberwolves, first of 2 meetings this regular season. Big-time matchup at Madison Square Garden, each team coming in with a record of 4-3. The Knicks are 4-0 at home, and the Timberwolves are 3-0 against the Eastern Conference. So something has to give tonight at the world's most famous arena. Lineups and opening tip coming up. First, we send it down courtside for pregame festivities with Garden PA announcer Mike Walszewski.
Everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Tonight is 10th night, presented by Delta Airlines. Tonight's matchup features the Minnesota Timberwolves and your New York Knicks. And now, if you are able, please rise, remove your caps, here to present our nation's colors. Welcome the New York City Police Department. And here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, he's recorded and toured with Prince, Michael Jackson, and Stevie Wonder. Welcome, Mike Phillips. Mike Phillips.
Our national anthem for the Knicks and the T-Wolves here at Madison Square Garden, brilliantly played by Mike Phillips. Time for the starting lineups. First for Minnesota, as mentioned, 4-3 overall and 3-0 against Eastern Conference opponents. This is their final game of a 3-game road trip. Anthony Edwards back in the lineup, 6'4", sixth-year guard out of Georgia, a 3-time All-Star and All-NBA second team each of the last 2 seasons. This is his first game since October 26th. He missed the last 4 with a strained hamstring. Dante DiVincenzo, 6'4", eighth year out of Villanova, had 25 points and hit 6 3-pointers on Monday in Minnesota's win at Brooklyn. Jaden McDaniels, 6'9", sixth-year man out of Washington. Last season, McDaniels averaged a career-high 12.2 points per game. This year, he's up to 18.6. Julius Randle, 6'9", 12th year out of Kentucky, second season in Minnesota. His 5 years here in New York, a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, and his 22.6 points per game average in a Knicks uniform is the 6th highest in franchise history. And Rudy Gobert, the 7'1", 13th year center from France, 4-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, most recently winning that award in 2024. The head coach of Minnesota is Chris Finch in his 6th season. He has led the T-Wolves to the playoffs 4 straight years, including the last 2 Western Conference Finals. And the Knicks, also 4-3, and still 4-0 here at the Garden, led by Jalen Brunson, the 6'2", eighth-year captain out of Villanova. 16 points on Monday against Washington, averaging 29 points a game. That is 8th in the NBA. Mikal Bridges, 6'6", eighth season out of Villanova. 55% from the field, 49% from downtown. Both of those numbers lead the Knicks in the early part of this season. OG Anunoby, 6'7", ninth-year man from Indiana, had 5 steals and 2 3-pointers made on Monday against Washington as he continues to exhibit his two-way game. Karl Anthony Towns, 11th year out of Kentucky. He was questionable. He was ill during the day. Here, starting, he was dominant on Monday, 33 points, 13 rebounds, and recording his 6th double-double of the season. And Mitchell Robinson, the 7-foot center in his 8th year out of Chalmette High in Louisiana. Didn't play on Monday, second night of a back-to-back. 2 games played this season for Robinson. He's played a total of 33 minutes. In those 33 minutes, he has grabbed 16 rebounds and 10 on the offensive glass. And the head coach for the Knicks is Mike Brown, the two-time NBA Coach of the Year. So Jalen Brunson and the rest of the Knicks being introduced on the Garden floor right now. Nice ovations during the T-Wolves introductions for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Monica, you spoke about Randle before, off to a terrific start this season, leading the T-Wolves in most statistical categories, including scoring, assists, and free throw percentage, coming off of that triple-double. Last year in his return to Madison Square Garden, he was held to 8 points, and he attempted a season-low 6 field goals in that game. So we'll see how Randle, who's playing so well, comes out here tonight.
You know, I just think, and as much as we love the X's and O's and what happens in the 94 feet, Pat, I am one who really believes in giving these players an opportunity to grow as men, right? And obviously, Julius Randle this summer talking about the ways that he coped while he was in New York and the habits that he has changed since moving to Minnesota was a pretty hot topic, particularly here in the city. But again, he's growing as both a player and as a man, right? And it's not like he went to an organization that was not still competing. To your point, both of these teams back in their conference finals, and he is valuable. Chris Finch is pleased with the addition and how he's been able to be a hub for this offense. Anthony Edwards obviously appreciates him as a running mate alongside of him so that he can be freed up to do what he has to do. So I'm really happy for Julius Randle. I'm curious about tonight. He's coming off of such a terrific game, but it is Ant's first game back, and so I think the Wolves will fill that down the roster in some positive ways, and as Chris Finch said, the rhythm will shift in other ways.
Two of the best teams in the NBA, both at full strength. A very intriguing early season matchup here at the Garden. Time now for the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Zach Zarba is the crew chief in his 23rd season, a veteran of 16 NBA Finals games. He'll work with Brett Barnaky and John Conley. That was the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And when it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. So it used to be the Timberwolves with their twin towers, their pair of 7-footers in the starting lineup. Back then it was Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. Tonight it is the Knickerbockers with Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns. It'll be Robinson and Gobert jumping center under the bright lights of Madison Square Garden. Nationally televised game tonight. Zarba steps in between the two 7-footers. Knicks in their home whites. Robinson steals the tap. Are they going to do it again? It was right into the hands of Bridges, and they're going to take this one again. So Robinson did not allow the ball to reach its highest point. So we'll try this one again. Clock reset to 12 minutes, and this one is also won by the Knicks into the backcourt in the hands of Jalen Brunson. Edwards picks him up just inside the midcourt line. Gets a high screen from Robinson. Brunson, left-handed dribble just inside midcourt. Bounce pass, left wing for Towns. Towns driving on Randle. Fallback jumper, no good off the front of the rim, but a foul against Julius Randle.
The Knicks are going to be aggressive. This is exactly where Karl Anthony Towns was to finish off the Wizards' performance, being aggressive. And so while Julius Randle is a different defender than Alex Sarr, the mindset is still there, and that's a good sign early in this one.
Very aggressive was Karl Anthony Towns in that matchup against Sarr on Monday night. Towns to the free throw line. He's at 90% from the line so far this season. First one is good. Last year, Towns was fourth in the NBA with 58 double-doubles, and he's picked up right where he left off in that department, recording 6 double-doubles in the first 7 games of the season.
I'm just so glad that he's gotten off to a solid start.
The last 2 games at home in particular, after a tough night, really for the entire team on Friday night in Chicago, as Towns goes 2 for 2, and the Knicks the early 2-0 lead.
So now, with Mitchell Robinson on the floor, obviously you have a different level of rim protection and a great body to go up against Rudy Gobert, but the communication will be paramount.
High post for Randle. Gives it to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo guarded by Brunson. Bounce pass up top. Randle's 3 is good. Straight on. The T-Wolves are on the board.
Julius Randle so far this season shooting 43% from the three-point line. He's not taking a high volume, but he's been good in the ones he's taken.
He's made the 4th most three-pointers in Knicks franchise history. Here's Robinson on the high post, left elbow. Now Robinson, one dribble. His handoff is deflected into the backcourt and scooped up by Anunoby. They are going to call an over and back, saying that it last hit the knee of OG Anunoby. Good defensive play by DiVincenzo.
No, I don't think that Mike Brown is going to use a challenge this early, but my last key of the game, Pat, and this one was turnovers. This is not a young squad. The Wolves are tested. They will capitalize on turnovers. The Knicks got to be mindful.
They went 2-2 without Anthony Edwards. He's back tonight. Randall now guarded by Robinson. Right side pass, DiVincenzo. Quick release, 3, in and out. Robinson crashing the boards for his first. Brunson guarded by Edwards, a very good on-ball defender. Robinson at the top of the arc, takes one dribble, shovel past Towns, right side three-pointer off the front of the rim. Rebound scooped up by Jaden McDaniels.
I think Towns probably could have been a little more square on that shot attempt. There was a crowd of defenders in front of him as he pulled up right off the screen.
Randall right wing 3 over Towns, well short. Rebound bounces into the hand of Brunson. Outlet to Towns in the front court. One man to beat. It's McDaniels. An extra step there for Towns, and he's called for traveling.
McDaniels was sort of known as a defender. Obviously, you mentioned the jump from last year's productivity to this year's productivity, evolving as a really respected two-way guy.
Yeah, he was always a very well thought of defender as he knocks down a three-pointer. Jaden McDaniels puts Minnesota up 6-2.
If I say Jaden Daniels at any point, y'all, I apologize in advance. My little heart is all tied up.
The Commanders fan that you are. Baseline drive, Anunoby cross court for Towns, off the pump fake, puts it on the floor, splits two defenders, bobbled up, and a late whistle and a foul called inside against the T-Wolves. It's going to be against Rudy Gobert.
It's as if all their time together, Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, Towns is like, all right, I know what this guy's most likely tendencies are and where I can take advantage, going right into the heart of the defense.
So Towns' second trip to the free throw line. He was 2 for 2 his first time there. Knicks trail 6-2, just over 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Towns' first free throw is good. Gobert, meanwhile, his 4th season in Minnesota. For his career, averages just over 2 blocks per game. Almost had one there.
Almost, except a whole lot of contact.
He was going for it. Towns 2 for 2 this time, 4 for 4 from the line, accounting for all 4 Knicks points. So they are down 6-4. Bridges guarding Edwards.
We're getting a whole lot of threes up in this one.
Here's Edwards trying to free himself up near the foul line. Cross-court pass, Randall. Good ball movement here. DiVincenzo fakes the 3. Out to Edwards, left side, left corner, McDaniels. Pump fake, drives, up top, Randall, right wing, three-pointer. That's good. And 5 of the 6 shots attempted in this game have been from downtown. Minnesota leads 9-4.
I will say OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges did a great job of rotating on that possession, but just better offense. The ball is moving fast.
Foul line jumper. Brunson rattles in and out. Robinson the offensive rebound. Up top, Brunson. Left wing, Bridges. Lets it fly from 3 off the front of the rim. DiVincenzo taps the rebound. Couldn't save it, though. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knicks with 14 on the shot clock.
Just great activity at the rim for the Knicks. Obviously, you know, Mitchell Robinson is a guy who's capable of giving you big rebounding numbers. 8 a game so far this season in his limited action.
He already has 3 tonight.
Yeah.
2 of them on the offensive glass. Brunson inbounding on the baseline. Right corner, Towns up top for Robinson. Finds Brunson popping up top. Couple right-handed dribbles towards the foul line. Now inside the paint, slithering in and out of traffic. Left corner, Anunoby's three-pointer. It goes down, but wave it off. There's a foul against the Knicks.
Gosh, this is going to be Jalen Brunson bumping into sort of creative screening, getting Dante DiVincenzo out of the way so that OG Anunoby had a good look.
And I'd say Dante DiVincenzo sold that one pretty well.
Hello, New York, ready to be on Broadway. Are you kidding me?
Throwing himself into the Timberwolves bench. It works to the tune of an offensive foul against Brunson. So 8:59 to go in the first. It's 9-4 T-Wolves.
I'll tell you what, Pat, I don't have an official stat in front of me, but this is by far the slowest start for the Knicks all season long.
Josh Hart has checked in for Robinson. Randall already with 2 3-pointers. at the foul line, pulls up, too strong. Long rebound grab by Bridges. Knicks looking to push. Just 4 points so far for the Knicks. They still are looking for their first field goal. Bridges, right side dribble, reverse layup, no good. Towns taps the offensive rebound, but it's taken by Gobert. Here come the T-Wolves. Edwards, in and out dribble, left-hand side, drives on Hart, lays it up and in, off the glass. It's 11-4 Minnesota.
That's the explosiveness that makes Ant-Man who he is, getting to the rim and finishing through contact.
Brunson, a little creative move, but he left his feet and he had the pass picked off by Edwards. Left side pass, DiVincenzo fakes it, one dribble back up top for Edwards. 8:10 to go in the first. Knicks down by 7. Edwards, step back three-pointer, left-hand side, no good. Spins out, offensive rebound. Gobert puts it back in. 13-4 T-Wolves. And Mike Brown calls a timeout.
Yeah, this is where I was a little bit concerned about coming into this one. You could get away with some goofy turnovers, maybe in some of the other games to start this season, not named the Chicago Bulls. But the Knicks going 0 for 5 from the field so far and having multiple turnovers, 4 turnovers that have led to 5 points is not the formula that you want.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Good start for the T-Wolves here as they lead the Knicks 13-4 with 8:02 to go in the first quarter at Madison Square Garden. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks trail Minnesota 13-4 with 8:02 to go in the first quarter. Monica, going to break, you were detailing the slow start for the Knicks offensively. 0 for 5 from the field, compounded by 4 turnovers. All 4 of the Knicks' points coming from the free throw line, courtesy of Karl Anthony Towns. What is Minnesota doing defensively to disrupt things so far?
Well, first of all, Pat, the Knicks have only 5 shot attempts. Minnesota already has gotten up 9. And so, one, they've had too many empty possessions, thus the 4 turnovers, right? That's literally the math there in terms of how we got in here. But I just think Minnesota is a team that has come into this one aggressive. I'm not sure. We said 20 games before we make any real commentary on this team's personality this year. But some of these lackluster starts and moments that surprise me, I'm trying to figure that out, Pat. I'm actively trying to figure out what's happening.
Game number 8.
Yeah, how are you not prepared for the toughest team on your schedule so far, and you've had 2 games of really good team play at home?
Minnesota's 3 for 6 from downtown, so they've attempted more threes than the Knicks have attempted shots. Out of the timeout, Hard on the right wing, directing traffic. Towns trying to get position against his former teammate Gobert. Brunson's going to go to work, splits 2 defenders, steps through, and is blocked by Randall. Into the hands of McDaniels. McDaniels right side of the arc, finds Randall on the right wing, cross court. DiVincenzo lets it fly, left side 3, front rim no, rebounded by Towns. 7.5 to go in the first. Brunson against the taller Jaden McDaniels. Lob pass inside for Bridges to Anunoby. Finds a cutting Hart who stops, kicks it out to Brunson. Right corner 3. Bridges, good. And the Knicks have their first field goal and are back within 6.
Well, the good thing is the ball movement is still effective. We know that the Knicks have gotten a ton of looks from that corner 3 position.
7:05 to go in the first. 13-7. Snaps a 7-0 T-Wolves run. Here's Edwards, guarded by Bridges on Hart, who holds his ground. McDaniels, a lot of size advantage on Hart, uses it as he hits the baseline jumper, and it's 15-7.
Jaden McDaniels has really worked on developing his offensive game, and it's definitely shown up this season in the absence of Anthony Edwards in particular.
He has 5 points. T-Wolves lead by 8. Bridges cross-court pass to Hart. Doesn't fire on the open 3. Now does off the dribble, and he rattles it home from downtown. Back-to-back threes for the Knicks, and they're down 15-10.
Is Josh Hart potentially going to be the catalyst to get this Knicks offense going?
It has happened before.
It certainly has, but in a year we keep talking about that.
In the block, steps back on the jump.
Himself, bounce pass right wing. McDaniels, one dribble, and that's an offensive foul. Illegal screen against Naz Reid, and that's the second turnover against Minnesota.
The Knicks doing a good job of turning up their effort defensively. Minnesota now with 2 turnovers in this one. The Knicks just 2 points off those turnovers, but the energy is really, really good.
McDaniels guarding Brunson, who brings it across the timeline. Now Conley switches onto him. Let's see if Brunson goes to work on the veteran. Backing his way in, slips through, flips it up, blocked by Reed, but that's a goaltend. Count the basket for Brunson, and the Knicks trail 18-16. So Brunson's eyes light up when Conley was switched onto him. Conley guarded by Bridges. Up top pass, Randall driving on Yabusele. Right corner, McDaniels. Shamek closes out on him. Up top, Conley. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Randall slips through with the dribble, flips it up and in off the glass, plus the foul for Julius Randall.
And Julius Randall still, and this city is familiar with his presence in the paint. Sometimes a little bull in the china shop, but that move in particular showing some dexterity, body control, finishing through contact, and earning himself a trip to the free throw line.
He's got a little hop in his step tonight.
Yeah, he does. He looks good. I'll give him his credit.
After that three-point play, skipping over near the Knicks bench, Julius Randall, 26 points a game coming in. He's already got 8 tonight. Give him 9. That surpasses his scoring total in last year's regular season game here at the Garden. So it's 21-16. Knicks back down 5. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Conley guards Brunson. Right-handed dribble. Right corner pass. Hart fires another 3. He's 2 for 2 off the bench from downtown.
I love Josh Hart coming in and playing with so much joy, as he calls it, and just taking the shots that are given to him and shooting them with confidence.
Randall against Yabusele. 2 big bodies there, and Randall hits the floater in the paint. 11 points now for Julius Randle, 23-19 T-Wolves. Brunson guarded by Randall. Double team by Conley. Up top, Hart fakes the 3, drives inside the paint. Right corner, wide open. Yabusele's 3. Count that. And the Knicks have pulled within 1.
This is just terrific ball movement by the New York Knicks and shot making. My second key coming into this one, Pat, was about being able to knock down three-point shots to keep this Minnesota Timberwolves defense honest. And so far, the Knicks are 4 of 6 from 3. With how many guys involved in the three-point shooting? 3 different three-point shooters so far.
And 3 for 3 from downtown off the bench between Josh Hart and Gerson Yabusele, leading to a Minnesota timeout. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
3:27 to go in the first quarter. The Timberwolves lead the Knicks 23-22. Timeout on the floor. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Back here at the Garden, where the Knicks have closed to within 1 after trailing by as many as 9 here in the first quarter. Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt with you on a Wednesday night. It's 23-22, 3:27 to go in the first. Knicks offense, Monica has gotten going, orchestrating it all. Jalen Brunson with 4 assists.
Yeah, and that's true to who Jalen Brunson is and has been. But I also think just these guys getting into the paint in general has been really important. They've got 6 paint points so far in this one, but I like the aggressiveness that Karl Anthony Towns started the basketball game with, even though there was a bit of a lull.
Out of the timeout, Naz Reid backing in against Bridges, knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Quick hands by Hart. It'll stay with the Wolves with 10 seconds to shoot.
The collapse, though, there, Pat, and I got to shout out fans. You know I love talking to fans on various social platforms, and there are platforms. They're calling out the help defense that the Knicks are offering this year. That time, the help did exactly what it was supposed to do in terms of disrupting a high-percentage opportunity.
Shot clock down to 4. Randall has it right wing, drives against the double team, fallback baseline jumper, no good off the back of the rim. Here come the Knicks in the front court. Brunson is guarded by Jalen Clark, who just checked in for the first time. Clark, a second-year man out of UCLA. Now Conley switches on to Brunson. Spin, fall back, 15-footer, good. And the Knicks have their first lead since it was 2-0.
They have knocked down their last 5 field goal attempts. They're looking really good. And even though Mike Conley is a respected and established veteran in this league, he's getting a rookie treatment as far as guarding Jalen Brunson.
A 19-year veteran, very well respected. Randall kicks it out. Reed, set shot from 25 feet away is too strong. Yabusele the rebound. 2:15 to go in the first. Knicks by 1. Brunson loses the handle, and it's picked off by McDaniels. So 2-on-2. McDaniels drives at Yabusele. Blocked from behind by Bridges. McDaniels gets it back. Kicks it out to Conley beyond the three-point arc. Now Randall will reset. 10 seconds to shoot. Right wing. Conley catch and shoot for 3 is good. That's his second off the bench. And there's a delay of game against Minnesota, not allowing the ball to go through the basket, impeding the Knicks inbound. So that's a warning. The next one will be a technical foul. Minnesota's back up 26-24 with a minute 57 left.
A little too enthusiastic there.
And Jalen Clark got his hand on the ball before Brunson was able to inbound it. CYO, I think that's a technical foul.
Absolutely.
Here's Brunson, spin move in the lane, finds Bridges left corner, loses the handle, but a foul, a blocking foul against Jaden McDaniels.
That's unlike McDaniels, who's a pretty disciplined defender, but credit Mikal Bridges for getting into the action. McDaniels tried to close out so that he would take away the right-hand dribble, but with the quick first step, Mikal was already into his move, and McDaniels was too late to disrupt.
Mike Brown goes to his bench. Deuce McBride in for the first time. OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson return. Brunson remains out there, inbounds to Robinson. Minute 38 to go in the first. Brunson has it on the handoff. Right wing pass McBride, loses his footing, regathers, now tries to drive on Edwards. Pull up high, Archer off the front of the rim. No, tapped up and in by Anunoby.
Oh my goodness. Is the circus in town? Because that was an acrobatic putback. Wow.
His back to the basket, tapped it up and in off the glass to tie the game at 26. Edwards pulls up, three-pointer, wave it off. It's an offensive foul against the Timberwolves on Rudy Gobert.
That is a credit to OG Anunoby, how diligently he's trying to fight through screens to stay attached and make life difficult for Anthony Edwards.
Second foul against Gobert. The only player in the game so far with 2. Minute to go in the first. Brunson right side dribble, guarded by Conley. Backing his way in. Now spins towards the baseline. Baseline jumper, front rim, no. Rebound batted inside, grabbed by Gobert.
It's very clear Jalen Brunson is immediately going to whoever Conley is guarding and looking to get that switch.
40 seconds in the quarter, 26 all. Edwards dribbling just inside midcourt, guarded by McBride. Uses a Gobert screen. Edwards between the legs towards the foul line. Pull-up 17-footer, no good. Rebounded by Brunson. Knicks looking to push. Brunson quickly into the front court. Clark runs with him. Now Brunson slows things down up to Shamet, back to Brunson. Brunson drives from the right-hand side. Up top, Anunoby fakes the 3. Puts it on the floor. Fallback jumper, spins out. Rebound Robinson. Outlet pass to Brunson. Shot clock is off. Knicks can hold for the final one of the first. 26 all. Crowd appreciating Robinson's effort on the offensive boards. Here's Brunson. Right side three-pointer. Comes up short. Robinson lays it in at the buzzer. Off the glass. Count the basket for Mitchell Robinson. And he gives the Knicks a 28-26 lead.
And that is why Mitchell Robinson, if he is healthy, when he is healthy, he can be a game-altering presence for this team. He doesn't have to do a lot, but what he does really well. He's got 5 rebounds so far in this one, and then that 2-point basket, of course, to go with it. Sharing the sugar are the New York Knicks, as 7 different players have gotten into the scoring column, and they have closed that gap that had me a little bit perturbed earlier in this first quarter, Pat.
They trailed by as many as 9 points. Mitchell Robinson never stops pursuing the basketball. Those 5 rebounds, 4 of them on the offensive glass, and he played 5 minutes in the first quarter. They took a look. They confirmed that the basket was good. 28-26, Knicks lead the T-Wolves after 1 quarter here at the Garden. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
NBA fans, the race for the Emirates NBA Cup is on.
When the games begin,
30 teams will start, but only 8 will advance. And only one champion will capture the cup. To finish first, they'll have to put the pedal to the metal. Who will capture the cup? Well, let's see what happens on the court.
Basketball is back.
Emirates NBA Cup Group Play begins Friday on Prime.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Back here at the Garden, we get set for the start of the second quarter. The Knicks leading the Timberwolves 28-26. It was a slow start for the Knicks, Monica. They trailed 13-4 out of the gate. An early timeout called by Mike Brown. Now they lead by 2. What went into that turnaround in the first quarter?
Well, I thought they did a better job of playing defense and, of course, limiting their turnovers. When they were down, they had given up 5 points off of the 4 turnovers that they had at that point. They finished the quarter with just 8 points off of turnovers, and so they stopped throwing away the basketball, and then they were more connected on defense. And let's give it up for shooting 57% from 3, 4 of 7 so far. So I expect this to be a pretty close game throughout. I think this is a good early season test of 2 teams that have high expectations for this season.
A very balanced attack. As you mentioned, 7 different Knicks scored in the first quarter, but no one has more than 6 points. Josh Hart leading the way so far with a couple of threes. T-Wolves ball to begin the second. Here's Edwards playing for the first time in 5 games. Jalen Clark drives right baseline, too strong off the glass, rebounded by Towns. Outlet pass to Jordan Clarkson, who's in for the first time. Clarkson, 15 points off the bench in each of his last 2 games. Both of them Knicks wins here. McBride right corner, up top for Towns, guarded by Reed. Puts it on the floor, step back, 18-footer, well short. Rebounded by Gobert. Reed in the front court on the left side, back out to Edwards. Uses a Naz Reed screen, picks up his dribble, slip pass, Gobert in the paint. No good, but a foul against Clarkson.
I guess since the pregame, Pat, we had that conversation with Dan Grocka. Now I'm like really into rotations in this particular game. Again, because it is going to be the toughest test yet. Mike Brown was actually asked about his minutes sheet during the pregame press conference, and he's just so open and willing to share so much. But I thought it was a great question by, I believe Bondi asked that, Stefan Bondi of the New York Post asked that question about how close do you stick to your predicted minute sheets? And Mike basically is like, a refrain, he didn't say this, but a refrain that we all know from last year is the game tells you what to do.
Gobert missed the first free throw. Says he uses the minutes chart as a cheat sheet or a guideline. Gobert hits the second, 1 for 2. Knicks lead 28-27. First minute of the second quarter. McBride between the circles. High post pass for Towns. Poked out of his hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knicks, 14 to shoot. DiVincenzo back in for Minnesota, replacing Jalen Clark. Knicks have out there right now McBride and Clarkson with Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns. McBride inbounding left side to Towns up top. Towns back to the defender Naz Reid. Hands it off to McBride, off of a curl. Foul line, jumper, McBride, good.
That's a high percentage shot for McBride, who was so effective, is so effective in that mid-range.
30-27, lob pass from Edwards to Gobert, who slams it down with two hands, a connection from the two All-Stars.
I mean, that's how much pressure Anthony Edwards puts on a defense, that it's a crowd around him.
Towns drives on Gobert and throws it down with the right hand.
Okay. Karl Anthony Towns said, if you can dunk, we can dunk. And goes back on the other end and responds. What a great play.
Got a step on his former teammate. Gobert read the writing on the wall. He did not contest that. Knicks by 3. Reid cut off by Clarkson. Spin move in the paint with the left hand. Spins out, but he stays with it and taps it up and in.
Naz Reid, oh man. Just quick twitch to his own miss. Great touch right at the rim. Jordan Clarkson did as best he could, and it was a commendable effort defensively, but he just gives up so much size.
32-31 Knicks. Anunoby fires away and knocks down a straight on 3. Knicks up 35-31. It's the Knicks' largest lead of the night so far. 9:45 to go in the second quarter. Edwards is bumped by Towns on the left sideline. The first foul against Karl Anthony Towns.
Gotta slide them. What is that, size 18? Whatever size shoot, 19. Gotta slide them puppies to that baseline.
Tried to move the feet. They weren't moving as fast as Anthony Edwards. Rob Dillingham, second-year man out of Kentucky, checks in for the first time. Dillingham, an 8th overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft. Here's Randall back out there with 11 points. Slip pass from Edwards into the left corner. Reid wide open for 3, no good. Anunoby, a one-handed rebound. Minnesota's gone cold. Anunoby turns the corner towards the foul line. Cut off by Reid, right past Clarkson. Now they dump it inside left block. Towns matched up with Edwards, backing his way in. Turns, slams it down over Anthony Edwards.
This is similar to a play we saw in the Washington Wizards game. I love these moments where Karl Anthony Towns leans into the old school big man mentality and refuses to be denied.
And on the other end, an offensive foul. Julius Randle clearing out space. Ball goes back to the Knicks. It could have been a foul on the previous play. They just showed the replay, Monica. It looked like Randle got
gosh,
Towns
Pat,
on the
I'm
dunk attempt.
hype. I'm hype. Okay, Cat.
37-31. Towns, Bridges, backdoor is open. Knicks lead by 8.
Welcome to the Karl Anthony Towns show today, y'all, as the Knicks are on a 7-0 run, and Cat has scored or contributed on 6 of those 7 points, if my quick math is correct.
Here's DiVincenzo down the lane. Pass out, Edwards, step back, right side 3 is good. A tough shot for Anthony Edwards, stops that 7-0 run.
Yeah, no, that's why he is who he is.
39-34, Knicks on top. Knicks turn it over in the front court. It's Dillingham. DiVincenzo, touch pass Randle, drives on McBride, but kicks it out. DiVincenzo's three-pointer is good. And back-to-back threes for Minnesota. They pull within 2.
DiVincenzo shooting 43% from the three-point line. And, of course, the Knicks are familiar with him as a three-point shooter as well. Can't leave that guy open.
His first of the night. Clarkson gets open. Right wing three-pointer, no good off the back of the rim. Anunoby, the offensive rebound. One dribble, lays it up short. Gets his own rebound, goes up again. Blocked from behind and taken by Reid. T-Wolves want to push. DiVincenzo in the front court on the right side. Cross court, Edwards. Left corner, Dillingham open for 3. No good off the side of the rim. Towns will corral the rebound. McBride across the timeline. Stopped by DiVincenzo. Cross court bounce pass to Anunoby. Into the right corner. Bridges. Quick fire 3 off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Reid. Knicks getting up those 3-point attempts now. 39-37. Knicks lead. Edwards backing in on McBride. near the right baseline, still backing in. His pass is picked off by Clarkson. Knicks looking to push. It's a 4-on-3. Clarkson leading the way on the right side. Drives to the basket. Still with the dribble, and he throws it into the backcourt. No one home. It goes out of bounds.
So maybe we get a TO here. Just a little opportunity to regroup, to gather yourselves. Or not. We got a substitution. OG Anunoby comes in, or excuse me, goes to the bench. Josh Hart comes in for OG Anunoby. Really interesting note, though, Pat, as we've gone through the season, while the Knicks' three-point attempts have gone up, right, they're increased, so also has what they've allowed their opponents to do. And I don't know if that's indicative of the Knicks or of where we are in the 2025-26 NBA season.
Josh Hart gets his hand on the inbounds and knocks it out of bounds off of Naz Reid. So the Knicks forced the turnover there. 7:08 to go here in the second quarter. McBride coast to coast off the glass. Knicks by 4. Timeout, Minnesota.
This is great. Energy from the New York Knicks. Collective effort from the New York Knicks. Playing with pace. It seems that they've got a step on the Minnesota Timberwolves right now. And, of course, they continue to be active on the glass, something that has been signature to who they are. They have 18 rebounds so far in this one. The Wolves have just 11.
And this Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Good one tonight. 7:03 to go, second quarter. Knicks lead the Timberwolves 41-37. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Back here at the Garden, second quarter, 7:03 until halftime, and the Knicks lead the Timberwolves 41-37. The lead a moment or two ago, Monica, was 8 for the Knicks. A terrific second quarter so far for Karl Anthony Towns in myriad ways against his former team.
Yeah, I just love the aggressiveness. Those last 2 baskets, it just so happened that they were dunks. It was not just the score, it was how he went about scoring, right? Looking for the contact, embracing the contact. The first one, out of that lane line extended, operating above the three-point line where he's been so effective, getting that first long stride, that first step. But then the second one, Pat, an ode to the 90s. Backing down, who was it? Anthony Edwards? Yeah, it was Anthony Edwards guarding him, aware that Julius Randle was in help position, but finishing emphatically nonetheless.
Followed by a great backdoor feed to a cutting Mikal Bridges out of the timeout. Naz Reid's three-pointer is too strong. Towns 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists so far here in the second quarter. McBride, an open Hart, right corner 3, that's short. Clarkson has the rebound knocked out of his hands. 14-second shot clock. Knicks ball.
I mean, when you think back to Monday, though, in the win versus the Wizards, that was one of Karl Anthony Towns' first time he's had more than 20 field goal attempts in a game. He had 24. So he's coming off of a big energy performance, a big confidence boost in terms of you can be the guy.
33 points and 13 rebounds. Also 5 assists against Washington on Monday. Shot clock is under 5. McBride's got to fire a right side 3, and he knocks it down over Naz Reid.
On Monday, Pat, Tyler and I were talking a lot about the variety of ways that this team can score, and today they haven't had one of their faster games in terms of pace, but I really like the way the ball is moving around the perimeter.
McDaniels cut off by Clarkson, blocked from behind, taken by the Knicks. It's Hart up top. Towns thought about the 3, kept his pivot foot on the ground. So here we go again.
That was ballerina toes.
Backdoor feed, Clarkson a two-handed slam. The over-the-head pass from Towns setting it up.
If Karl Anthony Towns truly embraces Mike Brown's system, there are going to be so many opportunities for him to impact the game without just scoring.
46-37. This is the Knicks' largest lead so far. Another 7-0 run. Randall backing in against Hart. Up top, McDaniels. Shot clock down to 5. McDaniels splits 2 defenders. Wild shot in the paint, and he draws the foul as he hit the deck hard.
McDaniels is coming off of a really efficient performance versus the Nets earlier this week. I believe he went 9 of 12. I thought I wrote the number down. Anyway, trust me when I tell you, he was really efficient. But I wonder if tonight there's a little bit of him trying to find his way with Anthony Edwards back in the lineup, even though he's not on the floor right now, because Anthony Edwards does have a different sense of gravity and things change when he's available.
That foul was against Jordan Clarkson. First free throw is good for McDaniels. You know, Clarkson, Monica, came to New York with a reputation as a professional scorer, and we're starting to see that the last few games. His defense, both this season and especially tonight, has been very good so far, as both free throws are good by McDaniels.
I think his defense the last couple of games, I would agree, has been just attentive, and so much of defense is about effort, right?
Here's McBride in the paint, left corner pass for Josh Hart, right side pass for Bridges. Bridges up top, Hart fakes the 3, drives on Gobert, fallback jumper over Rudy is no good. Rebounded by McDaniels. Bridges cuts him off. McDaniels up top for Randall, guarded by Hart, uses a Gobert screen to free himself for an open 3, and Julius Randle knocks it down. His 3rd three-pointer of the night, pulls Minnesota within 4. Well, Julius Randle back at Madison Square Garden, the only scorer so far in double figures with 14. 5 minutes to go in the second. Bridges across the timeline. 46-42 Knicks. Bridges having a tough time with the pressure defense. Gets it over to McBride in the front court. Back to Bridges, who's guarded by Dillingham. High post, it's Towns, guarded by Randall. Towns, step back, three-pointer off the side of the rim. Randall comes in for the rebound. Here's Randall in between the circles. Crossover dribble. Leaves his feet. Wild pass, but there's a whistle against Josh Hart, who was holding Rudy Gobert as Hart was matched up with Gobert on a switch.
And we got a little finger twirl out of Josh Hart.
I don't know if Mike Brown's going to oblige.
As we watch this replay, I think he might actually have a point, because it's Gobert's left arm that is pulling Hart out of the way.
And on top of that, a Gobert hand to the face of Josh Hart as they were battling. But the call stands, no challenge. Minnesota basketball. 4:29 to go in the second, and Brunson just now enters the game here in this quarter as DiVincenzo knocks down an open 3, left side of the arc. We've got a 1-point game. Knicks up 46-45.
DiVincenzo is 2 for 4 tonight. Now, those 2 threes are his only baskets so far, but he's shooting the ball well from distance.
Clarkson, high post pass for Robinson. Gives it to Clarkson on a curl. Wild three-point pull-up from the left wing. No, Robinson battling inside. It's taken by Randall. Robinson hits the deck, pops back up. Randall, right wing. Conley into the right corner. Extra pass. McDaniels 3. T-Wolves back on top, 48-46.
And this has truly been a game of runs, as the Wolves are now on an 11-0 run of their own.
Robinson, little pitch and catch with Josh Hart, who brings it right wing with the dribble. Knocked away by DiVincenzo, picked up by Anunoby. Stopped at the foul line, bounce past Clarkson in the paint. Floater, no. Battles for the rebound, knocked out of bounds. off of Jordan Clarkson.
So you asked me, and rightfully so, in the first quarter, how did the Knicks get back into it? Well, they found a way to create a little bit more pace, and they were not turning the ball over. Now, turnovers are not a huge thing in this one, but there have been a couple more in the second quarter that weren't there at the end of the first.
Couple of empty possessions here in the second for the Knicks. DiVincenzo left corner three over Brunson. That's good. Timeout Knicks. Dante DiVincenzo starting to heat up. We've seen that before. And Minnesota on a 14-0 run leads by 5.
You got to find your shooters. Everybody knows that man is shooting better than 40% from the three-point line, and that's what he wants to do. In fact, you really know it because he was your teammate. Can't get that man those looks.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Game of runs so far. Right now, Minnesota's on one as they lead the Knicks 51-46 with 3:13 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window and Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window and Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window and Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window and Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
3:13 to go, second quarter. It's been a real entertaining game so far. Back and forth, a game of runs. Right now it's Minnesota on a 14-0 run. Monica, they lead the Knicks 51-46, and Mike Brown calling this timeout to try to settle things down.
Yeah, because the Wolves have knocked down their last 6 field goal attempts, and so the Knicks have to find a way to bring a little bit more resistance to the table. Now, again, I'm not going to say I'm alarmed. It's a 5-point game. Let me check my quick math. Is that 5? Yeah, right? 5-point game. I expected this game to be about a possession game. Vegas had it Knicks 5.5 coming into it. So, again, these are two teams with high expectations and cores that have spent time together. They know each other well.
Minnesota 11 for 20 from downtown. That includes 3 for 4 from Julius Randle and 3 for 5 from Dante DiVincenzo. 51-46. Knicks ball out of the timeout. Brunson across the timeline. Brunson, Robinson, Clarkson, Hart, and Anunoby out there. Brunson gets free for a three-pointer, and he rattles it home to pull the Knicks within 2 with just under 3 minutes to play.
It has been a slow start for Jalen Brunson this season from behind the three. Just 32% of his three-pointers are going down right now, which is lower than his season average of 38 last year.
This is third field goal tonight. Brunson has 7 points. Randle a contested 3 off the back of the rim. Anunoby fighting for it with Gobert, who gets the offensive rebound, but Brunson takes it away from him when he put it on the floor. Brunson, left side of the arc, behind the back dribble, cross-court pass, whips it to Hart.
Shoot it!
One-on-one with Randle, passes on the open shot. Now here's Brunson. Hops into a three-pointer, spins out. DiVincenzo the rebound with 2:20 left in the second. DiVincenzo lob pass. McDaniels gathers into the right corner for Conley. Right wing, Randall matched up with Brunson. Backing his way in, draws the double team. Kicks it out to Conley in the corner. Good closeout by Robinson, but DiVincenzo the open look. And that's 3 in a row for Dante DiVincenzo.
Just like that, DiVincenzo's got a dozen points tonight, all from the three-point line.
54-49, 1:50 to go in the second quarter. Hart, this time he fires away from the right wing, off the side of the rim, rebounded by Gobert. Conley across the timeline, McDaniels, left corner, poked away by Hart. Brunson diving for the loose ball, and that's going to be a foul against Jaden McDaniels, who tripped up Jalen Brunson.
After coming off such a terrific performance from McDaniels, he's not really gotten into any real rhythm here tonight.
Good quick hands there by Josh Hart to force the turnover, the 8th turnover. Knicks have cooled off from downtown, 3 for 9 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. Robinson to the bench. Bridges back in. So is Towns for the Knicks. Here's Brunson spinning away from a double team. Bounce pass left corner. Hart fires another 3, and that one is good for Josh Hart, his 3rd of the night.
It's good to see the Knicks get going. That's now 4 of 10 in this quarter. The Wolves, meanwhile, are 7 of 11 from 3 in the second quarter.
54-52 Minnesota. DiVincenzo again, left wing three-pointer. That's no good. Gobert knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, off of Gobert. Minute 5 to go in the first half. Bridges quickly into the front court. Picks up his dribble, looking for Towns, who's bobbled up. Now he goes to Anunoby on the right wing, guarded by DiVincenzo. Back up top, Bridges swinging around Hart left side. Hart guarded by McDaniels. Bounce pass, high post, Towns. Shot clock down to 7. Towns' backdoor feed is knocked away by DiVincenzo, but he couldn't save it. It goes out of bounds. Knicks ball, 3.5 on the shot clock.
Not a ton of time here, but we've seen the Knicks get a little bit more creative offensively. Maybe they'll have somebody coming hard to the ball. Got time to dribble and certainly make a play.
They'll inbound from the left baseline corner, right in front of the Minnesota bench. Bridges holding the ball over his head, cross court, Brunson. Dribbles away from DiVincenzo, floater from the foul line, no good. Towns the offensive rebound, and the putback off the glass ties the score at 54.
What a monster rebound by Karl Anthony Towns.
Final 40 seconds of the second quarter. Edwards trying to work on Bridges, who stays right with him step for step. Up top, Randall. Randall barrels into Towns, and that's a blocking call against the Knicks big man. Towns trying to take the charge. They say he wasn't set. And it's the second personal foul against Karl Anthony Towns.
For the half that he's had, that just to be his second foul, and no real foul trouble to speak of. It's been a great continuation of the performance against the Washington Wizards for Karl Anthony Towns here tonight.
10 points and 5 rebounds. Knicks are in the penalty, so Julius Randle goes to the free throw line. He's 1 for 1 from the line tonight. Randle with 14 points, now 15 points as he hits the first. Jalen Clark, with 31 seconds to go in the quarter, comes back in for Minnesota.
Both of these teams in this one so far are offering balanced performances. Anthony Edwards has played 14 minutes. He played 8 at the end of the first quarter, so I'm wondering if they're watching his minutes tonight.
Coming off that hamstring injury that forced him to miss the last 4 games. Randall hits both free throws. He has 16 points. 25 seconds to go, second quarter. Knicks down by 2. Brunson uses a Towns screen. Right side pass for Hart. Hart dribbles, hands the ball off to Anunoby towards the foul line with the dribble. Now he hands it off to Bridges, but it's knocked away by DiVincenzo, who gets it back in the front court. Lobs for Randall, who finishes it off the glass.
I don't think that was quite how they designed it.
8 seconds to go. Knicks, a quick inbound, down by 4. Hart into the front court with some speed, coast to coast, into the corner. Picked off by Edwards, but knocked out of bounds. Knicks ball, 1.1 seconds left in the quarter.
This is my one note. I know the Knicks are getting a ton of corner threes. That's how the system is designed. But it seems like it's becoming more and more predictable as we get into this season.
Rudy Gobert back in for this last defensive possession for the T-Wolves. Knicks will inbound again from that left corner. Not as much time to get off a shot this time. It'll be Bridges triggering it in. Brunson standing inside the paint, guarded loosely by DiVincenzo. Bridges right in front of the T-Wolves bench. Holding, and his pass is in the hands of Towns. Fires a three off the side of the rim. Got a good look. Got it off in time. It was off the mark, and the Knicks trail by 4 as they head into the locker room.
Dante DiVincenzo has been a problem. 12 points on 4 of 5 from the three-point line just in this quarter alone. And the Knicks go to the locker room down 4, as you mentioned, Pat, but I think you're okay. The good thing that you like if you're the Knicks, you've got 9 guys that have gotten into the scoring column. Karl-Anthony Towns has not hit a 3 yet, but you're still shooting 44% from the three-point line. You were able to limit your turnovers in that second quarter, and so you just got to keep playing ball. I actually am pleased with this one. I think both teams are playing to their strength and with poise.
It's been a very fun game so far between two of the best teams in the NBA. At halftime, the Timberwolves lead the Knicks 58-54. Tune into the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. That is coming up next with Dan Grassa. Knicks down by 4 at the break here at the Garden. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Dan Grassa.
And it is indeed time now for the Knicks halftime report. It is powered by ZipRecruiter. Dan Grassa with you. One half of the books at Madison Square Garden, and an entertaining basketball game between the Knicks and the Timberwolves has broken out. Minnesota has grabbed a 4-point halftime lead at 58-54. 54. And if you like three-point shooting, well, this is your game because both teams shooting it rather well from beyond the arc, and they're not shy about hoisting them up either. The former Knick, Dante DiVincenzo, with 12 points on 4 trifectas, and Julius Randle has chipped in with 3 of his own to lead all scorers with 18. On the Knicks side of things, a little bit more of a balanced attack. Karl Anthony Towns picking up right where he left off on Monday to lead all Knicks scorers with 10. Also 5 rebounds for Cat, and Josh Hart again providing a boost off the bench with 9 points to lead that second unit. Deuce McBride has come in to score 7 points, and you're getting the balance from Bridges, Brunson, and Anunoby, who also have 7 for the home team tonight. But one of the things we centered on during the pregame show tonight with Monica was that points in the paint would be a key this evening, and the Knicks are doing a good job in that department. They're +8, 22-14, but driving to the lane, taking advantage of maybe some size mismatches when they present themselves, and the second unit as well having their way with the Minnesota reserves impacting this game. +13 there, 21-8. Basketball security going to be important in that second half as each team has turned the ball over 8 times, leading to 13 points for Minnesota off of Knick turnovers, 11 Knick points off of Minnesota miscues. So we'll see which way this game goes here in the second half. Pretty even matchup so far. Both teams have had a biggest lead of 9. It's been a game of runs. Each team has taken a 7 and 8-0 spurt, respectively, but it's Minnesota here who has a 4-point lead at 58-54. Knicks fans, join us at the Garden this season to see the Knicks in action. You can head to Knicks.com to get your tickets to your favorite matchups. A busy Wednesday on the out-of-town scoreboard around the NBA, so let's get right to some of these games. They're in the third quarter in Cleveland, and the Cavs have an 85-74 lead over the Philadelphia 76ers. Donovan Mitchell has 23 to lead all scorers. Cleveland has won 4 of 6. Philly has dropped 2 of their last 3. Late third in Detroit, the Pistons up 75-67 on the Utah Jazz. How about Jalen Duren, 22 points, 17 rebounds for the Pistons, who are trying for a 4th straight win. Utah trying to get back to the 500 mark. They got some bad news earlier today. Walker Kessler going to need season-ending shoulder surgery. Midway through the third in Indiana, the Pacers and Nets are knotted up at 72 apiece. Michael Porter Jr. has 26 to lead all scores. Nets, the lone remaining winless team in the NBA. They're 0-7. Indiana, not much better. They are just 1-6. Halftime in Boston, the Celtics 10 better than the Wizards, 70-60. Jaylen Brown has 24 points. Boston trying to put the brakes on a 2-game losing streak. Washington has dropped 5 consecutive games. Midway through the second quarter in Memphis, the Rockets up 34-29 on the Grizzlies. Houston trying for a 5th straight win after starting off 0-2. Memphis, meantime, has dropped 3 straight. They're just underway in Dallas, where the Mavericks are hosting the Pelicans. New Orleans 1-6 on the season. They're 0-4 on the road. Dallas has lost 2 in a row as they have gotten off to a 2-5 start. Coming up a little bit later on, Denver home to Miami. The Nuggets are a perfect 3-0 on their home floor. San Antonio visiting the Lakers as the Spurs 5-1 this season, coming off of the first loss that they've suffered. Lakers, meantime, trying for a 5th consecutive victory. It'll be Portland playing host to Oklahoma City, the defending champion Thunder 8-0, the last remaining unbeaten team, and it'll be Golden State visiting the Sacramento Kings. A bevy of stars not playing in this one. Steph Curry, Zach LaVine, Jimmy Butler, and Domantas Sabonis between the two squads. Once again, our score here at halftime is 58-54 with the T-Wolves on top of the New York Knickerbockers. And this is the Knicks Halftime Report, and it is powered by ZipRecruiter. Knicks fans, head to Knicks.com/bid now to get in on our first auction of the season. Bid on game day experiences, ticket packages for upcoming games, signed specialty warm-ups, and more. All proceeds benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation. One of the things we centered on during the pregame show, the rotation still sorting itself out. Mike Brown has talked about that several times, and before tonight's game, when meeting with the media, he was asked how do you balance determining different roles with the rotation versus experimenting with different things at this point in the season?
I have ways to do it, and the way that I'm rotating guys. There are different times throughout the course of the game where I can plug this guy in or plug that guy in. Like if I don't have my minute sheet with me now, but if I had it with you, I'd show it to you. So a lot, like on some of the little squares in there. Actually, I got it from Rick Carlisle. This is how ancient it is. He introduced it to me. Rick, do you still use it, by the way? Let me know. But he introduced it to me in 2003, and it was a pretty neat deal. And I get a kick out of doing it. It's like a jigsaw puzzle kind of to me. But in some of the little squares, I have, I put guys' initials, and so I might have DM for Deuce McBride with a slash and a JC for Jordan Clarkson. And what that means is I can either go with Jordan or with Deuce. At that time. And so, and then like even one of the squares I have just the letter G, and that letter G stands for 3 different guys. And then actually I have one more thing. There's a question mark in one little square, and that stands for 4 different guys. So it's a fun exercise for me.
Shout out to Rick Carlisle, old school, sometimes still very beneficial, and the Knicks coach putting it to good use here in the early portion of the season. 58-54, Minnesota leads the Knicks at halftime. Time now for this date in New York Knicks history, and we will go back 34 years ago to November the 5th, 1991. Well, that was when the Knicks City Dancers debuted in a 113-85 home opening win over the Milwaukee Bucks. Patrick Ewing leading the charge with 24 points that night. And that is your little history lesson with this date in Knicks history. So the Knicks find themselves down by 4, but as we said, it's been a game of runs in that first half. Each team has had a biggest lead of 9. We'll see who can make the plays, who can make the stops. When it is over, we'll be right back here with you in the post-game show to wrap it all up. And that was the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free agent now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Coming up next, Pat O'Keefe, Monica McNutt. They've got the second half for you with the T-Wolves leading the Knickerbockers by a score of 58-54. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt with you as we get set for the start of the second half between the Knicks and the Timberwolves. Minnesota leading 58-54. Monica, we were just talking during the break a moment ago. A lot of runs in this game, but essentially what we have is a well-played game between two teams with high expectations this season.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, of course. You will go back and watch this film, whoever is the victor ultimately, and say we could have done X, Y, Z better. And I'm not saying that the Knicks are, or the Wolves for that matter, are above critique, but there's not glaring statistical categories. Now, the one that I have landed on that I will say is unusual for the Knicks is to have only shot 4 free throws by this time in a ball game is a departure from what we've seen most of the course of this young season already. And in the second quarter, they shot 4 of 11 from the free throw line, or excuse me, from the three-point line. Meanwhile, the Wolves shot 7 of 12 from the three-point line. And so that was a big change of tide with the dozen points from Dante DiVincenzo, who hit all 4 of his threes in the second quarter.
Most of that damage from downtown was done by the two former Knicks, DiVincenzo and Julius Randle, who has a game-high 18. You mentioned the 4 free throw attempts for the Knicks. Those all came in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Great call, yep.
By Karl Anthony Towns. So the Knicks haven't been to the free throw line in quite some time. When it's game time, it's Tully time. The start of the second half is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. For the Knicks, Towns, very good first half. 10 points to lead the way. Balanced attack for the Knicks. They had 9 guys score, and Towns is the high man with 10. T-Wolves ball. Anthony Edwards picked up by Mikal Bridges as he brings it across the timeline. Bounce pass high post, Randle on the right elbow. Lob pass inside to Edwards, turns and is disrupted by Bridges. Comes up short, rebound grabbed by Towns. In the front court, Towns left wide open, pops a 3 off the front of the rim. It was a line drive. Randle a one-handed rebound.
Unfortunately for Towns, he's now 0 for 4 from the three-point line tonight.
DiVincenzo misses a good look from 3 on the right-hand side.
That's his first miss, and he has not taken a shot attempt from two-point land yet tonight.
Had a very good look there. Here's Brunson with the left-handed dribble, pull up 14 feet away. That's short, rebounded by DiVincenzo. Outlet into the front court. Randle drives right at Towns, lays it up and in with the finger roll. 60-54. Wolves back up by 6. Here's Anunoby. His pass deflected by Randle. Anunoby gets it back to Towns along the baseline. Gathers inside. Shovel pass to Robinson, but he couldn't handle it, and it goes out of bounds. Towns probably should have gone up with that. He was looking for Robinson at the last second. I think Gobert's presence had something to do with it. Here's Randle back to the basket against Anunoby. DiVincenzo off a curl down the lane. There's that two-point attempt, but he misses an open layup. Brunson the rebound, outlet pass to Bridges. One dribble, right side three-pointer, and he knocks it down, and the Knicks are back within 3.
I love the early shots and looks that the Knicks are getting and taking with so much tremendous confidence. But that's not just a Knicks thing in my observation. That's the way of the league this year.
Mikal Bridges, the second Knick into double figures with 10. Randle trying to answer, can't on a 3. Gobert back taps it to Edwards. Good ball movement here. McDaniel straight on 3, in and out. And Towns and Brunson coming away with the rebound. Brunson bounce pass. Anunoby, one dribble around DiVincenzo. Reverse layup is good.
That was a great move, a great heads-up play.
Brunson recognized that mismatch.
Yeah, and OG Anunoby did a great job of establishing position and an angle that will be most effective.
Edwards' jump shot is blocked by Robinson. Edwards gets it back, finds McDaniels, one dribble, lines up and knocks down a 3 just in front of the T-Wolves bench. 63-59, 9:45 to go in the third. Towns left wing, the ball on his hip. One dribble, hands it off to Brunson, guarded by Edwards. Brunson behind the back, trying to penetrate on Edwards. Right wing, Bridges fires again off the back of the rim. Good box out and rebound by Randle.
A great contest by McDaniels on that shot as well.
Here's Edwards, picked up by Robinson on a switch. Cross-court DiVincenzo, lob pass Gobert, and he's wrapped up by Brunson, who is the only Knick in between Gobert and the basket.
Had to give up that one, otherwise it's a high percentage opportunity, obviously. So you live with it.
Brunson with 7 assists. That was his second personal foul. He and Jordan Clarkson, along with Karl Anthony Towns, the only Knicks with 2 fouls.
I wonder if and when, in the course of this one, if we will see a significant swing in pace at any point. I mean, both of these teams are capable of scoring in transition.
Edwards' pass is knocked away by Robinson, stolen by Bridges. Brunson gets free on the left side. Good closeout by DiVincenzo. Anunoby down the lane comes up short. Robinson's follow is good, and the foul.
I love the assault on the rim by the Knicks. The effort to get downhill as a team is really, really good stuff.
4 points for Mitchell Robinson. 6 rebounds in 10 minutes. And for the first time this season, Monica, Mitchell Robinson at the free throw line. A long pause to gather himself. One dribble, and he grazes the front of the rim. Rebounded by Gobert.
All right, maybe a little more legs next time, Mitch. It's all good. You got it.
Here's Edwards, picked up by Bridges in the front court. Knicks down 63-61. 9 minutes to go, third quarter. McDaniels trying to penetrate on Towns, and his pass is errant, out of bounds, off the fingertips of Randall. So the Knicks get the ball back, down by 2. Starting 5 out there.
And the Knicks are doing just a good job of being active. I don't know that they forced that turnover necessarily, but they are present defensively and alert.
Brunson, bounce pass, Robinson, two-handed slam, back-to-back buckets for Mitchell Robinson. Game is tied at 63.
And these are just really great reads, right? Like Mitchell Robinson is operating with what we hear from Mike Brown. Every cut is a scoring cut.
Anunoby pokes it away from Randall, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Minnesota. 18 on the shot clock.
Got ourselves a tie ball game here, Pat.
Josh Hart off the Knicks bench, headed to the scorer's table, and he will replace Robinson. So Robinson, 11 minutes so far. Mike Brown did admit before the game that his time distribution chart does not anywhere say that Mitchell Robinson is available for 48 minutes.
Yes, he was specifically asked about that.
Edwards drives, cut off by Towns, kicks it up top. Randall down the lane, too strong, but Gobert's follow is good.
So both teams seem to be more effective when the ball moves in terms of shifting each defense respectively.
Towns steps into a straight-on 3, and he gives the Knicks their first lead since it was 46-45 in the second.
Good to see Towns connect on a 3 finally. He's 1 for 5 from there tonight. But you know what I always say, shooters got to shoot to get hot and shooters got to shoot to stay hot.
Well, there's a shooter right there, but he's off the mark. Dante DiVincenzo from downtown. Knicks up 66-65. Brunson's pass knocked out of bounds by DiVincenzo. Both he and Anunoby hit the deck. Looks like there was a wet spot on the floor right in front of the Knicks bench.
Well, there's certainly a wet one now after those 2 bodies been laying on the floor.
We've got 7:47 to go in the third. Looks like their ankles got tangled up going for that loose ball.
Well, nobody is injured, so that's good.
Both teams head back to their bench.
Making a challenge on the play.
Huh.
Ruling on the floor is New York basketball. Minnesota's challenging the ruling.
All right, so DiVincenzo getting entangled there with Anunoby. It was out of bounds off of DiVincenzo. Maybe Chris Finch thought there was a foul that led to the out of bounds call.
Yeah, from our angle that we're getting an opportunity to see up on Garden Vision, I can't see who touches it last. We're looking at the back of those guys' jerseys.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
And this Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 7:47 to go in the third. 66-65, Knicks lead the Timberwolves.
Last touch New York, therefore the challenge is ruled successful as Minnesota basketball.
It will be Minnesota basketball when we return. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, That's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Back here at the Garden after a successful challenge for the Timberwolves. So that last play ruled out of bounds off of the Knicks. Minnesota basketball. We've got 7:47 to go in the third quarter. Knicks a 66-65 lead.
Knicks doing a really good job, if you want to give them credit, or I don't know, do you say the Wolves are just missing shots? They're 3 of 11 so far in this third quarter, just good for 27%.
Knicks trailed by 4 at halftime. Edwards backing in against Deuce McBride. Finds a cutting DiVincenzo baseline for a two-handed slam.
It's a great read. And the Knicks actually can get to a place where they can do some of that in this system under Mike Brown as well.
DiVincenzo's 5th field goal, his first 2-point make of the night. Step back jumper for Jalen Brunson is good over Rudy Gobert. Knicks back up by a point. Coming up on 7 minutes to play, third quarter. Edwards left wing. Step back with the dribble into a three-pointer, spins out. Hart the rebound. Just the second rebound of the game for Hart. Goes coast to coast, kicks it back out. Anunoby up top, Towns, pump fake. Puts it on the floor, finds a wide open OG Anunoby who knocks down the three from the left-hand side.
And OG Anunoby remains perfect from the three-point line tonight. 2 for 2 so far. Good for 14 points. 12 points for OG.
71-67, that 4-point Knick lead. They trailed by 4 starting the third quarter. Edwards, bounce pass, baseline. McDaniels knocked out of his hands by Hart and stolen. 6:20 to go in the third. Hart with his head up as he brings it into the front court with the left-handed dribble. Anunoby's going to try again, straight on. That's too strong. Brunson skies for the offensive rebound. Took it away from DiVincenzo. Anunoby drives on DiVincenzo, too strong. Battle inside, taken by Towns, lays it up. No good off the back of the rim. And we're going the other way.
Yeah, you could feel that was getting ready to go.
It's a clear out against Towns.
Yeah, against Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't particularly love it, but as you get a second look, I see why that play was called.
Got his elbow into the back of DiVincenzo, who was the defender on the play.
A little clear out there, that's all.
Good effort on the play by Towns. It nets him his 3rd personal foul.
The Knicks have 11 turnovers now in this ball game.
Anunoby steps in the passing lane, takes it away, coast to coast, off the glass. Knicks lead by 6.
A 7-0 run for the Knicks, and their defense really starting to find sort of its rhythm a little bit.
Randall splits the defenders with the dribble, and that is an offensive foul as Josh Hart took the charge against Julius Randle.
Said that defense was starting to find a rhythm. So much about what we've heard the last 3 games, well, going into the last 2 wins, but definitely coming off of the Chicago loss, was about this team shifting the right way, being in the right gaps, communicating, sort of moving on a string, and you saw that in those last 2 possessions.
5:35 to go in the third. Brunson inside the paint. Good movement around the perimeter. Hart, pump fake, down the lane. Right wing pass, Brunson fires a three-pointer. It's contested, doesn't matter. Brunson knocks it down, and the Knicks are back up by 9.
That's just Josh Hart's second assist of the night, but the Knicks are doing a really good job of moving the basketball. They've got 17 assists on 30 made field goals tonight and are 12 of 25, good for 48% from three.
Anthony Edwards on the other end wills himself to the basket. Layup is good, plus the foul and a chance at a three-point play.
Edwards has not had a particularly efficient night, which is to be expected in a return after a time away from injury. He's 3 of 9 from the field. He's got 4 assists and 2 rebounds to go with that. That basket did snap a Knicks 10-0 run. Now, what I will find curious, Pat, as Mike Brown is going to go to some substitutions and 2 of his starters head to the bench, will Chris Finch leave Anthony Edwards out there, and does this provide a little bit of an opportunity for him to find some soft spots against some of the Knicks' second unit guys?
Edwards finishes the three-point play. It's 76-60. The Knicks have the ball, leading by 6. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hart drives baseline, reverse layup, no. Robinson's follow, yes. Mitchell Robinson continues to be on the offensive boards, and then it's sent out of bounds on the other end as he gets back in transition and sends it into the third row.
7 rebounds tonight for Mitchell Robinson. And one, according to the box score, one big-time block that got this Madison Square Garden crowd into it.
Hart knocks the inbounds pass out of bounds.
I will say I am curious to see how long this lineup holds with both Robinson and Hart on the floor. Now, tonight, though, Josh Hart has hit 3 threes. So maybe tonight's a night where this can work because the Wolves need to adjust to him as a confident shooter. But usually we know that those two, it's a little give and take when they're on the floor together.
Timeout Minnesota. Mitchell Robinson making his presence felt in 11 minutes. He's got 8 points and 7 rebounds. And the Knicks in the third quarter, with 4:50 to go, have a 78-70 lead over the Timberwolves here at Madison Square Garden. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history, the same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
And this Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt at Madison Square Garden. Our executive producer is Ray Santiago, engineer Chris Majkowski, and statistician Doug Mittler on this Wednesday night. Good one at the world's most famous arena. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Knicks lead the Timberwolves 78-70. Monica, the Knicks are one off what has been the largest lead of the night of 9.
Yeah, and it feels that for either team, whoever takes the lead, their three-point shooting is quickly attached to that, as both teams have gotten opportunities to be pretty streaky. The Wolves are shooting 44.8%. That's 45% from three, and the Knicks are shooting 48%. So we got a lot of good offense in this one.
Wolves ball out of the timeout. Randall dribbling between the circles, guarded loosely by Robinson. Now Robinson up on him as he approaches the three-point line and the foul line now. Randall still trying to drive. Good defense by Robinson. Randall's layup attempt too strong. Knicks on the run. Bridges, catch, shoot, three. No good, spins out. Robinson offensive rebound. Out to Brunson, left side three. That spins out. McBride the offensive rebound and the putback. Knicks by 10, their largest lead of the night.
Double-digit lead, and this crowd has reacted to each effort. The Knicks created multiples, two, in fact, second chance opportunities, and ultimately were able to cash in on that possession.
It's the first double-digit lead of the game for either team. Edwards, the step-back three is good, and it pulls Minnesota within 7.
Mama, there goes that man.
Hart coast to coast. Brunson found him leaking behind the defense. Hart finishes in transition, 82-73. Back and forth we go. Here's Edwards again. Hart poking at the basketball. Edwards trying to set him up. Between the legs dribble. Now towards the foul line. Good body control by Edwards. Hart staying right with him though. Edwards throws up a brick. Hart grabs the rebound for good measure. Loses his footing. Loose ball. Hart dives for it. Picked up by Edwards. Here comes Randall. Left side. Lays it up and in. And the foul on Mitchell Robinson.
Well, there's a whole lot on that sequence. I think as Julius Randle is taking a minute to get up off the ground, I guess, should there have been a foul on Josh Hart, or did he lose his footing, or can you pull the chair while you're running down the half court? I don't know what happened.
When he lost the ball?
Yeah.
It looked like there could have been some contact on that play.
That's right, okay. Just making sure I'm not tripping.
Randall's good. Back to his feet and at the foul line, trying to complete the three-point play. Randall has 22 points.
Anthony Edwards slipped to the bench. So Jalen Clark is now back on the floor.
Edwards playing his first game since October 26, played 14 and a half minutes in the first half as he works his way back from a strained right hamstring. Three-point play is good for Julius Randle, and it's 82-76. Knicks up by 6 with the ball. Jalen Clark guarding Jalen Brunson. Picks up his dribble, up top pass for Bridges, guarded by DiVincenzo. Couple dribbles for Bridges. Back to Brunson just inside the midcourt line. Shot clock at 4. Brunson Euro step down the lane, off the glass and in.
That was just an incredibly controlled move. The Knicks now have 38 points in the paint compared to just 24 for the Minnesota Wolves.
3 minutes to go in the third. 84-76 Knicks. Randall puts his head down, drives on Robinson, and it's sent back into the hands of Brunson. Outlet pass Hart, one dribble to the basket, no good, too strong. Reed the rebound.
Josh Hart wanted a whistle on that play. He's like, I wouldn't have missed that layup just because.
Conley took his eye off the ball. It goes out of bounds, back to the Knicks.
The Knicks have 7 blocks in this one so far. Is that an instance of the ball don't lie that Conley couldn't catch that pass?
Robinson has 3 of those blocks, 2 for Towns and 2 for Bridges. And you hear the hand for Mitchell Robinson. 14 minutes so far tonight, 8 points, 8 rebounds, and those 3 block shots. In his third game of the season. Brunson uses a Hart screen. Now he's picked up by Gobert, fires a 3 and knocks it down over Rudy Gobert. Knicks up by 11.
It had been a little bit of an odd night from Jalen Brunson in terms of the scoring column, but just like that, he's up to 17 points and shooting 50% from the three-point line at 3 of 6.
Here's Conley, fakes the 3, dumps it into Reed on the right block. And we've got a whistle away from the ball. It's against the Knicks. It's against Jalen Brunson. And Brunson was matched up in the paint again with Gobert. So grabbed him. His third foul, though, with 2:17 to go in the third quarter.
I mean, Gobert, as is well documented, not a terrific free throw shooter at just 54%.
That's the Knicks' 4th team foul of the quarter. And Bridges and DiVincenzo get tangled up.
Oh, that's a tough whistle.
And that's going to send DiVincenzo to the free throw line. The call made by the outside official, Brent Barnaky.
Well, I just find that. Okay, so Brent Barnaky is saying that Mikal Bridges is wrapping up Dante DiVincenzo as he's trying to use the screen. But I very clearly see the forearms in Mikal Bridges' back on the part of Rudy Gobert.
DiVincenzo's first free throw is good. I'd have to say I saw that too. DiVincenzo 80% from the line this season. McBride to the bench, Shamet back in. So to reset the Knicks lineup, Shamet and Brunson with Hart, Bridges, and Towns. Hart having a running conversation with the youngest member of this officiating crew, John Conley. As both free throws for DiVincenzo are good. Knicks lead by 9, 87-78 with 2:05 to go in the third. Hart left open for three, so he pops and knocks it down. His fourth three-pointer of the night.
Josh Hart, so much for the hand. Tonight's a good night for those nerves, that's for sure. He's up to 14 points and having a terrific all-around game.
Naz Reid answers by knocking down an open three from the left wing. With 1:45 to go in the third quarter, it's 90-81 Knicks. Brunson across the timeline, guarded physically by Jalen Clark. Stop, fall back, 12 feet away, gets the roll. 19 for Brunson. Minute and a half to go in the third. Knicks by 11. Shamet up on DiVincenzo, around a Reed screen. Now Reed gets the pass on the pop, comes up short. Towns corrals the rebound. His ninth. Third quarter has been Jalen Brunson's quarter. Matched up with Jalen Clark, finds Hart. Diagonal drive from the left side to a cutting Towns. Off the glass and in. Knicks lead 94-81.
I just love the ball movement. The Knicks are really attacking the paint and doing what we hear from Mike Brown, spraying in terms of getting 2 feet in the paint and allowing that to create opportunities offensively.
Naz Reid finds Clark in the corner, and he buries a left side three-pointer to make it a 10-point game.
The second-year young man out of UCLA earning some trust.
Final minute, third quarter, 40 seconds to go. Brunson between the circles, guarded by Clark. One dribble around a Hart screen. Front rim, no good. Naz Reid clears the boards. Brunson with 12 points here in the third quarter. Knicks by 10. There's a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here in the third. Conley left-handed dribble, guarded by Bridges. Shot clock down to 7. Conley goes to the right side, loses his footing, and they call a late foul. As Conley went down, they're going to say he was tripped up by Bridges.
I was just about to ask you, was that Bridges or was that Towns?
It's Mikal Bridges. His second. That's good because Towns has 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fair to anticipate this is going to be a tightly played fourth quarter. I don't think the Wolves are going to roll over.
And the Knicks are over the limit, so it sends Conley to the free throw line. Conley was attempting a pass, and his foot became entangled with Bridges's. And Conley went down, getting the foul call, and the first free throw is good. So 14.7 on the clock. Knicks lead by 9. Jaden McDaniels replaces Rudy Gobert. Brunson has gone the distance here in the third quarter. Mike Conley's second free throw is good. He's got 8 points off the bench. Shot clock is off. Clark picking up Brunson full court. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Brunson nearly lost his footing, and there's a foul against Jalen Clark. Minnesota did have that foul to give. With 9.3 seconds to go, the Knicks will inbound in the front court.
Jalen Clark has been a young man who Finch looks at to be tenacious as an on-ball defender. But many have tried and failed to slow Jalen Brunson.
Inbound to Shamet. One dribble up top for Towns. Fakes the three, down to 4 seconds. Towns driving on Reed, and he barrels him over for an offensive foul, and that's going to be number 4 on Cat.
Yeah, saw that one coming. Cat gets this forearm. It's just the forearm. And he got Naz in the face with his wrist. No, it looks like it's his wrist on the extension of said forearm. Well, that won't do.
So 2.4 seconds to go in the quarter. Towns and Brunson go to the bench. McBride and Anunoby replace them. Minnesota will inbound about a quarter of the way up the court in the backcourt. DiVincenzo to throw it in to Edwards. Couple of dribbles from half court. Edwards lets it fly, and it's off the mark, and the third quarter comes to an end. The Knicks, Monica, started the quarter down by 4, and they end the quarter up by 8.
Yeah. Listen, I like the way that they've been able to get multiple guys involved continuously. And the three-point shooting, I guess the three-point shooting from Sunday night versus Chicago, the season high level three-point shooting has been able to maintain its presence throughout this week because they're shooting 47% from the three-point line, which is outstanding. They've been terrific on the glass, out-rebounding the Wolves by 12, and in the paint, they're plus 16. So every category that you would want to see the Knicks excel in addition to being able to get contributions from their bench, which has given them 28 points, you're very, very happy.
Knicks looking to remain undefeated on their home floor this season. 3 quarters in the books, and the Knicks lead the Timberwolves 94-86. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Back here at the Garden, getting set for the start of the fourth quarter after a third quarter in which the Knicks outscored the Timberwolves by 12. Knicks lead 94-86. And Monica, another 40-point quarter for the Knicks in the early part of this season.
Yeah, led by the performance of Jalen Brunson with 12 points in that one. He's got 9 assists so far, which tie a season high for him. More of the same. I think the Knicks are going to have to be prepared to kick it up defensively in this one. I imagine that Anthony Edwards, who's starting the fourth quarter, is ready to rock and roll and see if he could close this gap and make a statement in his return.
For the Knicks to begin the fourth quarter, and they will have the basketball, OG Anunoby, Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Gershon Yabusele, and Karl Anthony Towns. So Brunson on the bench, Bridges on the bench, and Mitchell Robinson on the bench to begin this fourth quarter. Towns holding it, top of the key, one dribble, finds Clarkson, pops free for a moment, shot clock down to 5. Clarkson around Randall with the dribble off the glass and in.
Jordan Clarkson continuing to add to the productivity of the second unit here tonight.
96-86, 4 points for Clarkson off the bench. Josh Hart with 14 points, leading the bench scorers. Reed pops out, cut off by Clarkson, and throws it away. Picked off by McBride. One-on-one with Conley to the basket, lays it up, and in, and the foul. Or are they just going to call goaltending?
Yep,
basket, the ball went in anyway, but they did call goaltending.
The Timberwolves come into this one with 3 straight games of 30 assists. Right now they're stuck on 21. There's a lot of time left to be played, but we'll see if they're able to find a rhythm versus this Knicks defense that's really done a good job of holding tonight.
Randall drives right at Yabusele and finishes off the glass with the left hand. So it's 98-88, 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Little full court pressure by the T-Wolves. Clarkson across the timeline. Towns sets a screen for him. Clarkson brings it towards the top and hands it to McBride. McBride guarded by Jalen Clark off the jab step. Crossover dribble right corner. Yabusele, no hesitation. Three-pointer front rim, no. Rebounded by Clark. Here's Edwards. Outlet pass to Conley on the left side. Gives it back to Edwards. 10:30 to go in the fourth. Yabusele guarding Edwards. Drives around him. Reverse layup is no good. It spins out, but Edwards is fouled as it took a hard fall.
I actually thought that was going to go for Edwards. It's just another example of the power, the athleticism that he played. Remember, Pat, folks are making a big deal out of his conversation coming into the season, saying that he spent some time studying MJ and wanting to add some of his footwork and particularly his moves with his back to the basket to his personal repertoire.
First free throw is no good for Edwards. In his 6th season, the #1 overall pick in the 2020 draft, and like many of the best players in the game, he seems to add something to his game every offseason. Last year it was the three-point shooting. He led the NBA in three-point attempts and three-point makes. Goes 1 for 2 from the line here. It's 98-89. McBride sprints it into the front court, finds an opening. Now he's cut off inside the paint, kicks it out to Anunoby, who drives, lays it up, and in, plus the foul.
Naz Reid with the lazy wraparound attempt to disrupt the ball handler. But all he does basically is say, attaboy, and give OG Anunoby a pat on the back on his way to the rim.
Anunoby now with 16 points. One of 6 Knicks in double figures already. It's been a balanced attack for the Knicks tonight.
Yeah, and that, I think Anunoby, in terms of handling the ball, attacking the lanes, just great footwork in terms of when he picked up his dribble and how he got to the rim on that play.
So it's 100-89 with the free throw coming for Anunoby. 10:21 to go in the fourth quarter. And the clock and the shot clock at the basket the Knicks are shooting at needs to be reset. So that's the delay right now. It's a new design for the shot clock.
I was like, what's going on over there?
Now the one at the T-Wolves basket is working fine. It's the one at the Knicks basket that needs to be reset. So we have a little bit of a delay here. Anunoby conversing with his former teammate Dante DiVincenzo.
Well, Pat, you asked a great question in the break. Has Jalen Brunson ever had a triple-double? It turns out, I thought he had 2. I thought, well, in Phoenix he put up the 60-piece. We were there a year ago.
We were.
I really thought he had already done this. But our terrific producer, Ray Santiago, says the closest that he's gotten was November 17, 2021 at Phoenix, 18-9-9. Clearly he needs his teammates to make some more shots.
So we are on triple-double watch for Jalen Brunson. 19 points, that's standard. 9 assists. Not out of the ordinary. 7 rebounds tonight for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, we saw him sky for some in that first half. Take him away from a couple of Wolves players. Long threes, or threes produce long rebounds. And the Wolves have gotten up 33 threes tonight, so prime opportunity for Brunson to be in the right place at the right time and come up with some of those boards.
Looks like the clock issue has been sorted out, so players back out on the floor. Anunoby returns to the free throw line. He's got 1 shot coming, trying to finish a 3-point play with the Knicks up by 11, 10:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Anunoby's first free throw attempt of the night is good, and the Knicks lead 101-89. Brunson on the bench, as he customarily is to begin the fourth quarter. McDaniels up top, pass for Randall. Randall guarded by Towns, hands to Edwards. 1 dribble back to Randall, and his pass is out of bounds, deflected, they say, by the Knicks. McBride saying that he didn't touch it.
the timing is off just a beat for
Mike Brown wants to challenge this, and he did not get the challenge in time. The ball was inbounded and subsequently knocked out of bounds by the Knicks.
OG Anunoby active in those passing lanes. The timing is just a beat off for Anthony Edwards in his return with the rest of his teammates. Good ideas, like that was Julius Randle and Edwards on a give and go, but just timing errant.
DiVincenzo got hot in that second quarter, drives, floats it up and in inside the paint.
What is happening? Why is Jalen Clark on the ground? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ball got free near midcourt, so the Knicks will inbound. Clark is good, and it's 101-91. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo has 18 points. Shamet hands to McBride, guarded by Jalen Clark. McBride backs out with the dribble near midcourt. Towns sets a screen for him. McBride now goes to work on Randall. Fires a three-pointer. Front rim, no. Towns offensive rebound. Off the glass, no. Follow is good by Anunoby. And the foul. Knicks all over the offensive glass tonight.
This is huge for them. They've got 39 total rebounds. They are plus 12 on the boards in totality. And to your point, Pat, they have 16 offensive rebounds compared to just 7 for the Knicks. So they've done a great job capitalizing on their second chance points with 17 tonight.
And Monica, this is a Timberwolves team with some big bodies and some very good rebounders.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, to name a couple. Jaden McDaniels has great size on the wing. The Knicks are outworking them on the glass tonight.
They really are.
Anunoby finishes another three-point play. 104-91, 9.5 to go fourth quarter. McBride pestering Edwards. That's the matchup right now as Edwards brings it right side. Anunoby switches on to him. Randall has it against McBride. Drives right at McBride. Off the glass, too strong. Rebounded by Anunoby. Good contest there by Towns on the help defense. 9:10 to go. Anunoby turns the corner. Little shuttle step inside, and he finishes off the glass. Timeout, Minnesota. Knicks lead by 15 with 9:07 to go in the fourth.
The lane parted like the Red Sea. I thought for sure we were about to get a dunk from OG Anunoby, but the 2 points count just the same. He made a terrific read and got a high percentage shot. The Knicks with 50 points in the paint so far tonight. Outstanding stuff.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 9:07 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks lead the Timberwolves 106-91 here at Madison Square Garden. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Madison Square Garden in the fourth quarter of a 15-point Knicks lead. Now their largest of the night. The largest lead for either team is 106-91. 9:07 to go in the fourth quarter. It's been a balanced attack for the Knicks all night. 4 starters, 6 players in double figures, led by OG Anunoby with 22. And Jalen Brunson has 19. But Brunson also has 9 assists and 7 rebounds. He's never had a triple-double in his NBA career. Josh Hart, 14 points and 4 3-pointers off the bench. So out of the T-Wolves timeout, Chris Finch trying to stop this Knicks momentum here in the fourth. Some full-court pressure by the Knicks. Jaden McDaniels across the timeline, guarded by Clarkson. Now he hands to Edwards. He's guarded by McBride. Edwards behind the back dribble, near midcourt. Bounce pass left wing. DiVincenzo's 3 is good. Dante DiVincenzo tonight has 5 3-pointers, and it's a 12-point game. McBride up high for Towns. Right back to McBride with 8:40 to go in the fourth. McBride matched up with Gobert. Trying to penetrate on him. Left corner, Clarkson, 3-pointer. That's good, and that's a big answer.
We love matching threes. Jordan Clarkson has been really good in this 3-game stretch.
7 points now off the bench for Clarkson after back-to-back 15-point games. Edwards, 3-pointer right wing is good.
Okay. I mean, I would be for a clutch time ball game, Pat. I don't know about you.
109-97.
The Wolves got some work to do if we're going to get there, but I'm excited.
8 minutes to go here in the fourth. Shamet has it poked away by DiVincenzo and gets it back. Left elbow pass, Towns, guarded by Gobert. Shot clock at 8. Bounce pass, Anunoby at the foul line, kicks it out. Clarkson drives from the right-hand side. He's cut off. Back to Anunoby. Shot clock at 2. Anunoby's got to fire the 3. Hits the back of the rim and go.
Example of intensifying defense on the part of the Wolves there.
Edwards guarded by McBride. Working hard to keep up with one of the game's best. Step back, 3-pointer. Edwards, air ball, out of bounds to the Knicks.
McBride does a good job of maintaining pressure, contact defensively.
And with 7:28 to go in the fourth quarter, Mitchell Robinson is back in, and Jalen Brunson returns to the game with the Knicks leading by 12.
That seems like a quality decision.
Brunson had a 12-point third quarter after a quiet first half in which he only scored 7.
As far as our triple-double watch goes, he needs 1 assist and 3 rebounds to get there.
Brunson out there with McBride and Clarkson in the backcourt. Anunoby, Robinson up front. Couple dribbles for Brunson. Pull up, baseline jumper comes up short. Anunoby, great fight for the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to McBride, who knocks it down in front of the Knicks bench over Gobert.
The team effort continues. The Knicks now have 21 second-chance points and are shooting 46% from 3.
Randall tries to drive on Robinson, who knocked the ball away, out of bounds. It'll stay with the T-Wolves with 16 to shoot. Anunoby goes to the bench. Josh Hart is back in with exactly 7 minutes to play in the fourth. And Mike Brown wants to challenge this out-of-bounds call.
Timeout, New York.
And he does so with a timeout.
Okay.
He tried to challenge a out-of-bounds call earlier and didn't get the signal in time. This time he does. Randall drove on Robinson, who got his long arms in there. And Robinson was able to knock it out of the hands of Randall, and Mike Brown is saying that it went out of bounds off of Minnesota.
Well, we know that it is Jordan Brink behind the bench watching these. This is going to be close. Watching these plays closely. So far, so good. He's got one that Tyler and I decided that it would be a draw because the evidence was inconclusive. It was not overturned on the challenge, but it, so we'll see. I don't know. What do you think about this one, Pat?
It's very close. The angle we're looking at, not sure if there's conclusive evidence, but I'm also not sure what they're seeing at the review center in Secaucus. So while they sort that out, we'll step away for a moment. with 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Knicks leading 112-97. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back at the Garden after a successful Knicks challenge by head coach Mike Brown. Reversing the call, it was out of bounds off of Julius Randle after it was knocked away by Mitchell Robinson. So the Knicks have it with 7 minutes to go in the fourth, leading 112-97. Brunson picks it up just inside the midcourt line. Brings it into the front court. Uses the Robinson screen. Finds McBride right wing. One dribble three-pointer off the front of the rim. McBride chases down the rebound. Behind the back pass to Clarkson on the right side. 8 seconds to shoot for the Knicks. It's in the hands of Brunson. A high screen for Robinson. Brunson turns the corner. Pull-up floater is no good, but Brunson is fouled on the tail end of that play by DiVincenzo.
This will be his first set of free throws for the night, Pat, which is definitely unusual.
For the Knicks, only 7 free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah. I'm fairly confident, I don't have it in front of me, and I'm fairly confident this is definitely the first time this season they haven't been in double digits in terms of free throw attempts.
There's plenty of time to change that as Brunson's first is good, giving him 20 points. Knicks are 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Knicks in the early part of the season are the 5th best free throw shooting team in the NBA, certainly aided by that game on Sunday when they went 22 for 22 from the line.
Yeah, that was spectacular. Would you leave $1 on the street? I wouldn't. That's what you do when you leave free throws behind.
2 for 2 for Brunson. 4 quarters intact for him. 114-97 with 6.5 to go in the fourth. Randle matched up with Bridges. And Brunson reaches in on McDaniels on the handoff.
If I'm the Wolves, I don't know that they're playing fast enough to close this gap. They've not made the Knicks uncomfortable. Doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency on the defensive side of the basketball to be disruptive of the Knicks.
Rob Dillingham back in. This is the biggest lead of the game, 17 points with 6:15 to go in the fourth. Randle drives against 2 defenders, flips it up and in on the left block.
It's a really smart move by Randle there. The little hesitation to keep Mitchell Robinson off balance. Robinson, by the way, already has 3 blocks in tonight's contest.
Randall's had a big game, 27 points in his second regular season trip back to the Garden since the trade. McBride lines up a left corner 3, no. Robinson taps it into the hands of Hart. It's scooped up by McBride, so a fresh shot clock again for the Knicks. Hart has it left corner. Gobert guards him, handoff, Bridges, 3 is good.
The three-point shooting continues to be a thing of beauty, chef's kiss, all of that.
Bridges knocks it away from DiVincenzo, taken by McBride into the front court. Hart to the basket. A two-handed flush for Josh Hart. 119-99. Timeout, Minnesota.
He gave you the I'm the father of twins now dunk. I can still dunk, but it's maybe not as acrobatic as it was once upon a time. But the 2 points count, and Josh Hart has had a terrific stretch of games here at home, this being the third of that. 16 points tonight, 4 assists and 5 rebounds, and just 1 turnover. So getting back to who he is and the energy that he represents for this team.
Not to mention those 4 3-pointers.
There you go. How could I forget that part, Pat? You're right.
In 5 attempts for Josh Hart. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. It is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Well, the last winless NBA team is winless no more. The Brooklyn Nets win in Indiana tonight, 112-103 over a Pacers team that is besieged by injury. So Brooklyn is now 1-7 on the season. Cleveland beats Philadelphia 132-121. So a tough couple of nights for Philadelphia after losing on Nikola Vucevic's last-second shot last night to the Bulls. Detroit over Utah, 114-103. That's a final score. The Pistons are off to a 6-2 start near the top of the Eastern Conference. Boston is on its way to a victory over Washington as the Celtics lead 136-105 in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Celtics will be 4-5 after that one goes final. And Houston leads Memphis 92-78 in the final minute of the third quarter. That was the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Top of the Eastern Conference. Some surprise teams up there. Chicago, Detroit off to a good start. Philly until the last couple of days. Out of the timeout, it's Timberwolves ball. They're down by 20. It's 119-99. Three-pointer by McDaniels is no good. Anunoby skies for the rebound and traffic outlet pass for Bridges. Bridges guarded by Rob Dillingham. Drives cut off by Gobert. Right wing pass. Brunson inside the paint, lays it up off the back of the rim and drops in. And the Knicks are pulling away up by 22.
I'm so impressed with the Knicks getting to the paint tonight.
Dillingham finds Randall off the glass and in, plus the foul against Karl Anthony Towns, his 5th.
That will, well, it's under 5 minutes to go in this ball game. The Knicks are up 10. I guess Mike Brown looks to be looking down the bench. I wonder if they'll let Karl Anthony Towns go ahead and play this one out or get a look at some different lineups. Tonight, though, the point paints continue to stand out for me, 54-32 in favor of the Knicks. And then our terrific statistician, Doug Miller, gave us the stat on the three-point shooting, Pat. This is so gaudy. As Randall got that free throw to go. The Knicks have made 52 three-point field goals in the last 3 games.
That's the ratio that they want in terms of attempts and in terms of makes. Tonight, the Knicks are 17 out of 38, so right around that 40 number that Mike Brown likes as Hart hits a tough turnaround along the left baseline. It's 123-102 with 4.5 to play. Here's Dillingham, cut off by Hart. Stops at the foul line. Jumper blocked by Anunoby, put back in by Randall. Randall's got 32.
Making a return to a place where he really honed his skills. I still always say you give a tip of the cap to Julius Randle. He was an important building piece.
There's no question about that. Randle in Knicks history has attempted the 4th most three-pointers and made the 4th most as Towns gets tangled up and fouled inside by Rob Dillingham. when you go to a place in any situation, I think one of the goals is to leave that situation in a better spot than when you got there.
Definitely.
That was certainly the case with Julius Randle from when he got here to New York in 2019 to when he left at the beginning of last season.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. When the Netflix documentary or whoever has the rights to tell his life story, or even if you're reflecting on the Knicks, should they bring home the ultimate trophy toward the end of the season, that's a part of the story that is so important.
Absolutely. Under 4 minutes to play, 123 to 104, 3:45 to go. Shot clock at 4. Brunson driving along the right baseline. He's got to get it up. Throws it up. No good. Robinson, why not? Another offensive rebound. Out to a wide open Anunoby for 3. His third three-pointer of the night. The Knicks are pouring it on here late in the fourth.
You've got 4 of your 5 starters in double figures, 2 of them plus 20, and with OG Anunoby now with 25 points and 3 of 5 from the three-point line.
DiVincenzo short on a 3. Rebound bounces right back to him. Drives and is blocked from behind by Robinson. Out of bounds to the T-Wolves. Monica, Mitchell Robinson has 9 offensive rebounds tonight.
Listen, that's what he does, and that is what has made him one of the best rebounders in the league. It is what fortifies this Knicks defense in terms of creating second chance opportunities and taking away opportunities from opponents.
Both coaches emptying their benches with the Knicks up 126 to 104 and 3:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson to the bench. Towns is already there. You have Tyler Kolek in the game. Bridges is still out there. Hart, Shamet, and Yabusele.
This is valuable time for these guys. It looks like we will be putting the triple-double watch to bed, though, when it comes to Jalen Brunson, but I like these minutes for these second-unit guys. Mike Brown seems to be a big believer in just getting guys opportunity wherever you can, and according to him, it's not always garbage time. Sometimes you just call a guy's number to make sure that they're ready.
Three-pointer off the mark and out of bounds by Rob Dillingham. Chris Finch also emptying his bench. The veteran Joe Ingles, his third game of the season as Bridges misfires on a straight-on 3. Leonard Miller grabs the rebound. Yohan Beranger, an 18-year-old from France, first-round draft pick this year, is out there, as is the veteran Bones Highland, as Dillingham knocks down a 3 to make it a 19-point game with 2:40 to go here in the fourth. Kolek around a Yabusele screen. Right side pass Bridges. Shamet one dribble, fires a 3 and knocks it down.
Mike Brown talked so glowingly about Landry Shamet as a guy that runs the offense, that cuts with intention and moves defense when he moves. And Mike Brown likes him as a shooter. He's had some streaky stretches through the course of this season, but we know that the shot is consistent and can go down.
I got a hum going. Oh, it's gone. It's gone now.
Mikal Bridges takes a foul, so they can stop the clock and allow Ariel Hukporti to check in, along with Mohamed Diawara and Pacome Dadier. With 2:25 to go here in the fourth. And like you said, Monica, this is not your usual 30 to 40 seconds. This is a pretty good stretch for these guys.
This is.
Shot is missed, and it's rebounded by Dadier. Outlet pass to Kolek into the front court. Tyler Kolek has actually played in every game this season, even though he hasn't been in the rotation the last couple of games. His pass is knocked away. Dillingham to the basket, fouled by Dadier, off the glass and in, and a chance at a three-point play for Rob Dillingham.
Dillingham is a curious case. A couple of us MSG folks were talking about this pregame. I like what the young man brings, and the counter in our conversation was, well, they clearly are trying to give Mike Conley less at his age and his ability and mobility, all of that, and Dillingham has not come out and flat out taken it. Now, last year, Dillingham dealt with some injuries, so he wasn't quite healthy.
Ariel Hukporti rolling to the basket, lays it in with the left hand. It's 131 to 110. Before that, Dillingham did finish the three-point play, so the Knicks are up by 21 with 1:45 to go. Joe Ingles lobs inside Beranger. The youngster throws it down, rolling to the basket.
It looked like he almost lost his footing coming down from that one.
18 years old, one of the youngest players in the NBA. Dadier, nice pass underneath. Diawara lays it up and in off the glass. for his first NBA points.
Congratulations to that young man out of the dunker spot.
Second round pick, played well in the preseason as Dillingham misses, rebounded by Kolick. Diawara was thought to be a project. Instead, he earned a spot on the opening night roster. Pull-up jumper, Kolick from the foul line. No. Hukporti's put back off the glass and in. The Knicks are continuing to pepper the offensive boards.
If that's going to be one of their calling cards again, it will be a familiar card after the last 2 seasons. And essentially, they've got the same personnel. They should be able to.
Miller's runner is no good. Here comes Diawara, bringing it into the front court. Finds Kolick, left wing. Too strong. It's an air ball on the 3, and it goes out of bounds. Tyler Kolick, a terrific shooter in college at Marquette when he was the Big East Player of the Year. 135 to 112. Dillingham in the paint. Nice feed for a cutting Miller who finishes. Monica, 135 points for the Knicks. Right now, this is already a season high as we have 30 seconds to play.
I mean, it's funny because I did not think that this pace was as fast as some of the games we've seen already to this season. But the efficiency was off the charts, shooting 54% from the field and 45% from the three-point line. Now, that'll get you to 135 points, especially when you take, 42 threes? And Mike Brown has said he wants to get up 40 a game.
Inbound to Yabusele along the right baseline, lays it in. 137 points now for the Knicks. They've attempted 102 shots.
That's a whole lot of possessions.
83 field goal attempts for the Timberwolves by contrast. Minnesota throws it out of bounds. Shot clock is off. And the Knicks are going to dribble this one out. An impressive win tonight against a very good team. And the Knicks, as the crowd rises to its feet, will remain unbeaten here at Madison Square Garden. The final score tonight, 137 to 114. Knicks move to 5-0 at home.
I appreciate the way that they are protecting home court early in this season, but also how they're doing it. You got 53 bench points tonight. I don't know. I can't tell you the last time we said that many bench points out of a New York Knicks squad, and so that's super encouraging. McBride leading the way. He had 14 tonight. 15 so far is his season high, so just one off from there. Excuse me, check that. Josh Hart actually led the way off the bench with 18 points. I'm sorry, in my mind, he's still a starter.
His mind too, I think.
Right. But this is great stuff, and that's what the importance of this home stretch is, to help this team continue to settle in the foundation of this year, to get confidence on both sides of the basketball. This is really good stuff.
That 18 points is a season high for Josh Hart. He and McBride, along with Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns, all reached double figures tonight. Brunson with 23 points. OG Anunoby, the high man, with 25. Julius Randle, 32 points in his return to Madison Square Garden. Dante DiVincenzo had 21. But this was a game that the Knicks trailed by 4 at halftime, and they really pulled away in the fourth quarter. Some outstanding shooting and great work on the boards, especially the offensive boards.
I would agree with that.